let's begin. You guys left off, finally returning back home to Saltmarsh as you docked in the sea, the bay of Saltmarsh. It's about early afternoon, and you guys just kind of came back after like sailing up the coast from an encounter with a giant demon lord who ravaged the small town of Silver Bluff. I think that sums up what happened. You guys still have the time constraint of the meeting in the Sanctuary of Black Sands is probably about a week away. Other quest-wise, I don't really remember what you guys are doing, but yeah. So you guys like enter port, and it's early afternoon. The docks are like super busy. You see like lots of people around town. Saltmarsh looks like it's thriving. Yeah, weather is nice, and you smell the fresh air of fish in the open market. So, what are you guys doing?
As soon as I come on top of deck, I just take like a big, deep breath in of the nice, fishy, smelly air that I've been so accustomed to, and I'll just like start strolling down the dock.
Like, Fasten has missed that smell.
The aroma of home.
Yes, debark the ship. What was our plans for here? Why is there two Snodlers on the map?
That is an excellent question.
Hey. So I guess I'm gonna just like head towards home.
All right, yeah. Watson takes the road. The road up to the house takes about 20 minutes to walk up to the house. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I think I'm gonna take some time and go out and look for some spell components. They're not spell components. Potion components.
Okay, so you're heading out to the market.
Yeah. So basically, I forget how long you said it took to get back from Silver Bluff to Saltmarsh.
Let me see. So it was
like at least a couple hours, right?
Yeah, it was probably a couple hours. Yeah, because I think you got there around noontime, and now it's probably like it's early afternoon. It's probably like 2-3 o'clock. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time, go off on my own after seeing that horrible butchery, and take some time alone in the woods.
Oh, you're going off to the woods. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because there's like some woods and whatever like north of here, and I'm gonna go up and like I said, just look for some different mushrooms and plants and roots and stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Uri, what are you up to?
So Uri steps off the boat, looks around, says to himself, "Where the hell's everybody going?" And then hollers out, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to the bar." And makes his way towards the Snapping Line Tavern.
Nice. Yeah, Argyle stays on the ship. Oceanus, he goes off with Vossen. He's gonna like stretch his legs a little bit and go up to the house. But
I'm assuming brother.
Brother Full is probably also going with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Argyle's kind of like tidying up things on deck, and he says, "Captain Eldoris, I'll meet you guys back home. I'm gonna make sure everything's stowed away on the ship. And is it okay if we bring Bobby the Schlub up to the house?"
Yeah. Introduce him to everybody and show him around the place.
Aye. So yeah, that's what they're doing. And Oceanus, like I said, he just kind of is walking back to the house. He needs to stretch his legs.
Also, I think that potion should be done by now, right? It's noon the next day.
Yeah. So it's been 24 hours.
So where's my feeling? DC 5. What did you say the crafting check for that was?
Let me see. Oh, like what's ability you're gonna use?
Yeah.
I would say what would make sense, probably survival or nature. I think survival, because I see survival as like, something you're gonna use in the wilderness. So with ease, this potion comes out perfect. And that was the potion of healing you made, or?
The potion of healing that I used the blue gem that we got from that cave.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah. You see that the blue gem like transformed into like the red glow of a health potion. So other than that, like you just by taking a look at it, it seems just like an ordinary health potion.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I think I forget what I owed that. I think I owed one to Uri, or did we already give him one?
Yuri got. I think he already got one.
Okay. If Vitoris is around, I'll give it to Vitoris. If not, I'll just hang on to it for now.
Yeah, I'll take one. I don't have any.
Yeah, me neither. But
Which one is it?
it's just a regular health potion, so it's 2d4 plus 2, or potion of healing.
Did you guys give me the one that you were paying me back?
This is the second one I've made, so I think so.
Yeah, you got the first one.
Oh, nice.
So you want to add that to your inventory? I think those are the only 2 health potions we have in the party right now, so I gotta get some more.
I had another. I have another one.
Well, it's probably the one then.
Yeah, that was that one.
Because I remember you said it was your last one.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Kolos, what are you up to then?
I'm gonna get off the boat and I am going to just wander around town. Because I know Seaton better than I know Saltmarsh. I was only there for a few hours.
True. Okay.
Yeah. We just like left you. I totally forgot.
Yeah, he like came out of the sea, and you guys were like, "Hey, you want to go with us?" He's like, "Sure."
Yep.
Yeah,
that's about it.
he hasn't even met Snodlers or anything, has he?
I met Snodlers. He was here my
Oh, you
first adventure.
Oh, nice.
All right, so Kolos, you kind of like make your way. Are you traveling with Uri or?
Not particularly. I'm just walking around, just in random directions, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, when you walk into like the main market, like you see there's like plenty of like small open stalls, and there's all sorts of like fish vendors. There's all sorts of like shark and like large fish. There's a few stalls that are like vegetables, and you kind of like walk around, and here and there you see like odds and ends, some guys that are selling some like fishing equipment. Mostly everything you see here has to do with like fishing. This is a tiny fishing village. Across the way you see the tavern, the snapping line. You see Uri make his way up that way to the tavern. You pass by a small blacksmith shop. There's a young, kind of like a teenage boy. He's kind of like, shaping a dagger on an anvil. But like as you kind of walk around, you notice the one thing you notice is like most of the faces here are all human. You don't see a lot of other races. But at the same time, like a lot of people don't really pay you any attention. A lot of them are, kind of open-minded. But you see a lot of people like, calling out like, 2 trout for $1. Come on over, and everybody's kind of like hustling, busting, making deals. That's kind of like the busy scene that you see.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep walking. I don't really have anything to go on by.
Yeah, I'm assuming like never seen most of like this many humans before, and any of this
Right.
stuff in the market. It's kind of all new to you.
Right.
You make your way into the snapping line and you go in, and there's a pretty decent amount of people in here for the middle of the afternoon. There's a bard. He's like playing something off in the corner on a lute, and you walk in, and a couple people look up at you, but I wouldn't say that anybody really recognizes you as you enter, and you see Hannah, the bartender, out at the bar, and she's pouring a couple of ales. And she looks up and says, "Come in, have a seat."
So, for the record, after Yuri having his dealings with the pirates and everything, he walks into the tavern almost with like a chip on his shoulder, like eyeballing everyone down and with an attitude, like he's a pirate or
Nice.
something.
Yeah, and like you look around and like everybody you see there, they're all like working class guys. They're all like a bunch of fishermen. You see like, they're all wearing like fishermen sort of clothes. They all look like they've been out on the water. They have sunburnt faces, and they kind of like all look up and like raise an eyebrow to you, like what's this guy's deal?
He just kind of mutters under his breath to himself, "Pussies." Sits down in front of Hannah. Says to her, "Hannah, my dear."
Yeah, welcome back, sir. I remember you. You were with Vasen and the Travelers.
Yes, Vasen. Tall mug of your finest ale, please.
Coming right up, and she hands off the couple ales that she was pouring to the other patrons, and she goes and grabs you a large ale, and she says, "That's just 2 copper. And it's just a regular size ale."
I toss her 1 gold and tell her to keep 'em coming, and just start chugging it.
Huh?
What time of the day is it?
It's about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, Yuri's ready to tie one on.
Perfect.
He pounds it down, wipes his chin with his arm, lets out a big old belch, bleh,
And
and just
a couple of the patrons kind of like stop what they're doing. They look up and they kind of shake their head a little bit, but go back to like talk. And you hear a lot of them talking about like the day's catch and things that they saw out in the water. And I would say, like, from what you noticed, like nothing sounds interesting to you. Yuri, at your point, they're all talking about fishing.
yeah, that's definitely not interesting to Yuri. That just makes him think of Meglar.
You remember the time Meglar went fishing with a javelin?
A multi-purpose tool.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sit there and you have a few drinks, and so Hannah eventually says over to you, like, "Oh, hey, if you get a chance and you talk to Voss, and let him know that everybody loves the ale, and we could use a little more. So keep it coming, okay? Let him know. My name's Hannah, by the way," and she kind of holds her hand out to you.
I gently grab her hand and shake her hand and tell her I will let Vasa know that right away. Another mug of ale, please.
Oh, thank you. Here, and she hands you another one. She goes, "This one's on the house."
Oh, thank you. And he just starts chugging it down.
It's gonna be interesting. All right, make a Constitution saving throw.
That wasn't it, was it?
What's that?
Whatever that noise was.
No.
That was Snouders.
Snodlers is here.
Welcome back, Snouders.
It's only been like 6 decades, I'm sorry. Are we level 400 yet?
But you are level 6, so.
I mean, I can just stay at 5 for a while, that's okay.
No, I mean you might as well level up to 6. Okay, so Yuri, you're like pounding back drinks, and you're feeling pretty good at the bar, but you're feeling a little buzzed, but The day is young.
I'm gonna sit here, keep drinking. I'm assuming Boston will stroll in eventually.
Nice. Okay.
But for now, I will sit here and listen to all these chumps tell their fish stories.
Okay.
On my walk to the manor, I was sitting there just making small talk with Oceanus, asking him how how'd you like the trip to Seaton?
Well, I can say it wasn't, something I was really enjoying. I kind of just want to go back home, but I figured I'd check in and, say goodbye to Hedwig. He was very nice for letting me stay in the manor. And then I really think I should get going. But, yes, Seaton was okay, I suppose, but the people there don't seem quite as friendly as the people that I'm used to.
Yeah, and that fucking crazy ass Dagon thing. Phew, that was nuts.
Yeah, I think I should go home and tell my father about that.
I think that would be a good idea.
I mean,
Do you need company? Do you like company on the way? So, wouldn't want to send you off by yourself.
maybe. I mean, are you guys headed that way? I don't want to impose or anything. I know you have a big mission.
How far away is your place?
Oh, it's probably a good 60, 70 miles south of here, but I couldn't. I know you guys are super busy, but
Well, how about when we finish running around town here, maybe I'll see if the travelers want to go visit, your house and see what's going on. Talk to your father
oh, okay.
and enlighten him about maybe, the craziness that's been going on.
I'm sure he'd be excited to meet you. I mean, he
Yes.
he was curious about this request of a tourist to, have the sea floor mined out, but maybe he'd have a better luck talking to him in person. But yeah, I
that'd be probably
don't want
a
to
good idea.
impose. So if it's if need be,
No,
I'll just swim back.
we have a couple extra days. I mean, if you want, you could, leave directions with Hedwig, and you could head home, and then we could show up, when, in between here and then.
Sure, that sounds great, Vasen.
That way you could, get home as soon as you can and relay information to your father.
Sure.
But we'd prefer you get there safely. So if you need, maybe, we could have some people go with you. We could
Well,
find someone.
I really appreciate that, but have you seen my skills? I'm quite adept at combat.
I've seen them. Very good. You rival Meglar with the javelin, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he kind of laughs it off a little bit. Then he's like, yeah, Megler.
It's pretty much the whole way to the manor. Just make other small talk, nothing really significant before we get to the house.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you take full Poppy the Schlub and Oceanus up to the house. Before you get there, Hector, what were you doing? You were out in the forest, right?
Yeah, so those are the three ingredients I'm most looking to get.
Okay.
Mainly mushrooms, but if I can get some of the other ones as well, I'll do that. And I'll probably just wild shape into a mastiff and just run out into the woods. Because I've been in the woods before, I don't know exactly where these ingredients, me personally, I don't know where these ingredients are found.
Yeah, just go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure.
And you can add +5 to it because you've been in these woods before.
All right. Perception.
Yeah, so you kind of recall where you had seen some of these things before, and you know what they look like. It's a pretty common thing, especially it's an alchemist or an herbalist. So go ahead and roll a survival check then. All right, nice. So it takes you probably a good like half hour, 45 minutes, and like you know exactly where to find like the colt's foot flower and like the ash blossom. Both of them are kind of like near like the edge of a small stream, and they're pretty common. In your travels doing that, you end up finding. Okay, you find 9 colt's foot flowers. And you find an additional 6 of the ash blossoms. So,
Nice. And what about the mushrooms? Did I get any of those or no?
go ahead and make a separate survival check for the mushrooms.
All right. You said it was 9 cold foot and 6 ice blossom?
Yep.
Nice.
So the mushrooms are you know where to find them also because they also like they're mushrooms. They're growing on logs and rotted stuff, but they're a little bit more rare. So go ahead and roll a survival check. See if you
But not truffle rare.
but it's your lucky day with that 23. You do manage to find yourself some. Let's see what you find. Oh, you find 2. You find 2 really nice mushroom caps.
Nice.
So you feel like it's a pretty productive day hanging out in the woods, foraging.
And then probably just gonna hang out for an hour or so, eat some food, and just hang out by myself in the woods before I make it back, go back to the what do we call it? The hideout, the manor.
Yeah,
Man.
the man.
Yeah, the man.
So I'll hang out for a bit and then come back with my loot.
Okay. All right, so Snodlers, you've been kind of like along the whole journey. Obviously, you don't know exactly the specifics of what happened, but so I would assume that you're still on the ship with Vitoris. Kevin, did you come back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but Kevin's mic's all effed up.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, I can hear him clicking in and out. Yeah, it's not working, Kevin.
Okay, so you guys want to fill Snodlers in on a little bit of some of the things he missed, just kind of like a quick recap?
We went to Seaton. King asked us to find out where shipments were going. Uri and Vertoris went and infiltrated the pirates. Went to their hideout. Monk got hatcheted in the chest.
Yeah,
Vertoris healed him.
Rescued a prisoner. Yep.
No. Came back. No information on that. Brought back Full, which is a monk from my monastery, and then Yuri went back to the pirates again and got in with them. They accepted him as a prince. And then Vossen and Vitoris went back to the hideout where they were stealing the goods from the king and murdered one of the head guys there and got a note that told us where the meeting was. And now we're coming back from our...
Hello?
Just lost you, Dave.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
I can hear everybody now.
Hello? So where did I get cut off?
You're coming back from someplace. I don't know.
Coming back from Seaton, on our way back, we saw this... rewind a bit. Like, the caravan, we pretended to be guards in the caravan, and some of us pretended to be pirates. And during that, one of the caravan guys ended up turning into a vampire and attacking everybody, and we ended up killing that. And then we found out information on where the pirate thing was.
You had a vampire attack? Jesus.
And then we decided that it's going to take, 2 weeks for the meeting, so we have a bit of time to come back and find out more information.
So you have like
We're
a
heading back.
week and a couple days, and,
Yeah.
and you guys found out that it takes a week to get to this this place where this giant pirate meeting is happening, where all these pirate factions are all gathering for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people want to go there for their reasons. So we're going to do that. And we want to go and see Kolos's hometown to find out more information about Dagon, because on our way back, one of the villages to the south, a like 60-foot Dagon thing fucking smashed the little town to bits. And then we pulled into port after that. And now we're pretty much getting here. We got to talk to some people to find out information on the Sahalgan Loremaster shit. We got to talk to Iliander to find out if he's heard anything recently.
Yeah, you guys pretty much came back to Saltmarsh just to kind of like tie up some loose ends because you hadn't been back home for like a good week or two.
Go talk to our lizard friend.
Yep. So that's kind of where I'm headed now, to touch bases with my brewmaster and to bring Brother Foal to the mansion so he could show him his new home until the monastery is rebuilt.
So now there's what is it you'd like to do as you kind of like step back off the ship, back onto dry land?
Honestly, I think this is going to be hard for me to just jump into.
Yeah.
At this point, it's more of a question of what can I do that will have the least structural impact.
I got a book you can
Go
read.
back to the house.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Snarlers might just want to go back to the house and just rest, kind of gather his strength, because you guys know that the next day you're assumingly going to be heading back out onto the sea.
Yep. We have options to pirate thing, talk to Kolos's people, and eventually get more information and go to Candle Creep. There was a bunch of giant blue beams of light happening, and we've seen 2 so far. So we need information about what the hell that shit is. Supposedly, from what Kolos said about the myths of Dagon, is that something with a trident that was split into pieces and was scattered around, and possibly ways to summon Dagon, but we don't know the information. So
What is Taegon?
he's the demon lord of the sea, I guess, or some shit.
Yeah, he's the demon lord of the 89th layer of the abyss. So he somehow has been summoned. So like when he attacked the ship, so he attacked this town, and then he turned around and just started like walking across the water and made this giant tidal wave and almost capsized the ship. But as he like went to like reach to like slash at the ship, he just disappeared.
And the Sahalgan are kind of working with Dagon, or trying to get Dagon. And the vampire that we slain, the 3 of them that we've killed so far, all have had the mark of Dagon on them.
Got it.
So we're trying to figure out, and I believe someone said that Dagon's working with someone on land also, so we're trying to figure out information about that.
The Sahalgan are working with people on land
Yes.
that
To
also follow Dagon.
Yes, that's what it was. So we're trying to also get information on that. So I'm gonna bring Brother Foal and Oceanus. We're gonna go back to the house with Bobby the Schlub, show him around the lodge.
Okay, so let's pick up there. So yeah, so you guys enter. I'm assuming Snowders comes in tow with you guys. You make
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah, you guys make your way back to the to the mansion, and it's looking really nice. Like a lot of the workers have really like put the time into it, and it's definitely like as you kind of like approach the front, you can see like a whole bunch of people like just like sparring out in the front, and somebody's kind of like barking orders, and there's like it's like a smooth operation going. There's like a beautiful sign that got fixed, and it's like kind of over the top of the building, a wooden sign that just says the Travelers Guild. You guys enter, and in the main foyer you see Hedwig. He's talking to a couple other young-looking human males, and they're kind of like they all have like I'd say tools, but like brooms and mops and things in their hands, implements of like cleaning the house. And he's kind of giving them orders, and you see them kind of like run off. And Hedwig notices you guys as you enter, and he's like, "Oh, masters, you're home! Oh, what a pleasant surprise!"
Hedwig, it's good to see you.
"Oh, good to see you, Master Vossen." And he runs up, and he's just like, "Oh," and he kind of like pats you on the back and almost wants to give you a hug, but he's kind of like nervous.
And I was like, this is Brother Full.
Oh, new members to the guild. Excellent.
And have you met Bobby the Schlub?
Bobby the Schlub. I don't think I have met Bobby the Schlub. Very
Bobby the
peculiar
Schlub.
name.
This is Hedwig. He helps us in the guild. He's the man you talk to if you need something.
Very, very nice to meet you. And he looks over. Oceanus, I see you have returned. You have not yet gone back to see your father?
I've been meaning to. On our way here, Oceanus was telling me that he was interested in heading back home. So if he needs anyone to go with him, I would implore you to find people to go and travel with him back, so he gets there safely.
Oh, excellent. Funny that you should say that, Master Vossen, but the roster has grown quite extensively. We have a secondary group of adventurers that have just left yesterday. They went out to the east to go and take care of a manticore problem that is out by the Fortress of Buell. We have several new recruits, and some of the young people here in Saltmarsh, they have kind of flocked to this place looking for jobs. So I have hired them to do some of the maintenance around here. The place is looking rather marvelous, if I do say so myself.
I have to say I agree.
What else have you missing? I've donated some of the money to the Saltmarsh Council. Some of our proceeds have gone to helping restore some of the old abandoned shacks and things of that nature that are down by the docks.
The abandoned, all of the shacks?
Oh, I don't know. I have given the money to the council to Ada and Galen Primwater, but
All right.
I told them to disperse the money where they see fit in town. As I feel like we have made a rather good reputation in town, and I figure we should give back to the community for all the proceeds that we have made. And then he like opens his vest, and he pulls out a small scroll, and he opens the parchment up, and he looks at it, and he goes, speaking of that, I have all of your wages to be paid. If you guys are interested, I could give you your share now, Master Vossen.
Sure.
Let's see. So he starts scrolling through it, and he's got actually a couple papers, and he's going through them. He's like, so after all of our expenses, and we've put plenty in the bank, each of you receive 750 gold. I'll give yours to you now, Master Vossen. And follow me. So he brings you off to his room, and he goes in to this closet. He's got this large chest in there, and he opens it up. He goes, here you go, and he hands you the 750 gold and this massive coin purse.
Oh, thank you. Business has been good, I guess.
Yes, and I hear your little side project, your alcohol business, is doing rather well. Pinkerton is has been working nonstop.
Did he receive my message?
He has. He has been working on something for you.
Excellent. I will go see him. I just wanted to show, if you could show Brother Full where he would be staying. He's going to be staying with us for a while. And show him the grounds, because I'm sure he's going to want to look for a nice area for his meditation.
Right away, sir. Right away. Right this way, Master Full. I'll show you to the guest rooms.
I'm going to go see Pinkerton.
Bobby the Schlub, please make yourself a home. Do you go by Mr. Schlub or what? How should I address you? And Bobby just looks up and he looks at you, Voss, and like, what do I say?
It's whatever you just missed. Bobby the Schlub is fine.
Oh.
You can call him his full name.
Oh yeah, Bobby the Schlub is fine. Yeah, whatever he says. Very very well, sir. And come with me. I'll fetch you something to eat. You look like you were rather hungry. And so he brings Full and Bobby the Schlub and kind of shows him around, and Oceanus kind of just wanders around and gets lost, just taking in the sights. And Voss, and you make your way downstairs to see Pinkerton, and you make your way to the cellar, and first thing you notice, like as you kind of like come down the hallway, you see this naked gnome just like bolt across the room into the room where the still is.
What the hell was that?
So
What the hell is Pinkerton doing down here?
so you walk in there and you can just feel like this heat coming out of the room, and as you look, you see Pinkerton butt naked and another gnome, and they're like kind of like arguing and pushing each other over the like around the room. Both of them are like drenched in sweat, and they hear you coming. When you come into the room, they turn around, and here's Pinkerton standing there, and he's like, "Oh, boss, you're back! Happy to see you."
I think I'm happy to see you guys. What the hell is going on in here?
Business is good. It's getting a little warm in here. We've been working nonstop.
Why are you naked?
'Cause it's hot. And like,
You could put a loincloth on or something. Jesus.
well, we're not really ashamed. But if you want me to, boss, I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
No, it's startled. That's all. Just startled.
Oh, and
I didn't expect to see two naked gnomes when I got home
like you see like
in the brewery.
Pinkerton's kind of like crossing his legs over, trying to like cover himself. Like, so sir, it's a little warm in here, and we've been trying our best to keep up with the demands, but everything's been so good, and like the snapping line, Hannah, she keeps wanting more and more alcohol, and like I think we need more stills. I think we need a bigger warehouse. Not for nothing, but these working conditions are getting a little ridiculous, sir.
Do you have any idea of any places that we could use?
I don't know. I've been stuck in here. And you know, another thing that we could use is a wagon and a horse, because it's been a lot of hard work trying to lug these casks all the way down, down to the market.
Well, I can give you like 300 gold, and you could use it for whatever you need for the brewery.
Oh, well, that's rather generous. Oh, that reminds me. And he turns around and he like bends over in front of you, and he like he reaches over like a chair, and he's like fishing around, and like his ass is up in the air, and he's like, oh, where is it? Oh, right here. And he picks up this small little lock box, and he brings it over to you, and it's here's the profits from the last shipment that we just got back, and after paying my cousin here. Oh, have you met my cousin Furbius?
No, I've told you to get help, and I'm glad you did. Furbius?
Yeah, so he looks over.
Furby?
Furbius, you could call me Furby, but nice to meet you. And he just kind of walks over to you, and he's got this big old belly kind of hanging over his frontal area, and he just reaches up a hand to shake your hand.
I shake his hand. Nice to meet you, Furbius.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm really happy that I got this opportunity to work with you guys. My cousin.
I'm glad you're working for us.
My cousin speaks fairly highly of you, and I'm glad to be working. This is truly great, But I kind of agree. It's really warm in here, and I hope you don't mind that I'm not wearing any clothing. But...
You guys could do whatever you need to do. You guys look like you have everything under control in here.
Pinkerton, he hands you the lockbox, and you kind of pop the lid open, and there's 60 gold in it. Yeah. Well, that was from the last shipment. So, if you want, boss, I can get some more help, and then maybe they could help, run this thing 24/7. But it's getting to be a lot, and if the still goes down, I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna need some help, boss.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 300 gold. Actually, I'll make that 400 gold.
Wow.
Do whatever you need to do to make your job easier. If you need a bigger warehouse or need a warehouse, ask Hedwig to procure one for you.
Oh, okay.
And if you need some sort of air conditioning so you're not walking around naked, I'm down with that too.
Like, does the naked thing really bother you? I'm really sorry.
I'm just more concerned for other people walking around.
Oh. Well, people don't really come down here in the basement, sir.
Oh, okay, I guess if you're cool with that. I mean,
I kind of like it.
How can I make your job easier?
It's kind of freeing, and he like puts his like leg up on the chair, and he's like, kind of
Captain
like
Morgan.
awkwardly like gyrating his hips a little bit. It's like,
Jesus.
you just gotta let him. You gotta let the boys kind of swing in the wind, and it helps
All right,
cool you
all right.
off. It's like a natural fan.
So did you get my letter?
Oh yeah, right away, sir. And he like just darts out of the room. And like,
So Furby,
yeah.
Furbius,
Yeah.
what have you guys been working on down here?
Well, you could call me Furby if you like.
Furbius.
My mama used to call me Furby.
Furby.
Yeah.
Anything new? Anything new alcohols being made, or is this just the same old Black Charger and Dragon's Kiss?
Well, yeah, it's just the Black Charger and the Dragon's Kiss. We need some more of those fruit that my cousin was talking about, the Harana fruit. If we have some more of those, we can make some more of these like real fruity drinks that I think some of the dwarves might like over at the Wicker Goat.
Well, I'll see what I can do getting some fruits. I gotta sail back out, so maybe I'll try to find some other exotic things to make alcohol with. But just you guys are doing good. What do you think on needing extra help? How many more people do you think you need?
Well, I don't know. Is it going to cut into my salary or?
Nope.
Oh, well, maybe another 3 or 4. Possibly gnomes. I mean, I think not to be judgmental here, but I think gnomes make the best brewers. But I have a couple cousins that maybe you could hire.
As long as we could, use the proceeds from making the alcohol to keep you guys employed, then I'm okay with that.
I'll talk to my cousin Pinkerton about that.
Is this room too small for this operation? Do we need to find a bigger room? Bigger place?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could put a dozen naked gnomes in here. This could be a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't want a dozen naked gnomes, but I mean, I could find out, if there's a small warehouse somewhere that we could maybe transfer this into, so we're not, getting you guys in this sweatshop.
Small.
It is pretty sweaty, but I don't want to speak out of turn here because I feel like Pinkerton should be my boss, since considering that he got me hired. But like I do have some big ideas, like so maybe me and you could talk on the DL. Then as soon as like he's talking about that, Pinkerton comes in and goes, "Hey, what are you talking about?" Oh, no, nothing. Never mind. And Pinkerton's like, "Oh, boss, yeah, here you go. Here's the book that you wanted."
Thank you, Pinkerton.
Yeah, I got all the recipes and all the workings of the still. Yeah, I wouldn't let that get into the wrong hands, though.
It's going to be safe with me.
Excellent. So, what are you guys talking about?
I was just talking to your friend, your cousin Furby here, about getting more employees here. He said he has some cousins, and asked him about your workspace and how much more you need.
Well, we need a bigger space, but if he's talking about his cousins on Mary Ellen Flickersnickler's side, I don't know if we want to hire them. Like, they're a bunch of lazy,
Well, then
no good for
I
nothings.
leave it up to you, Pinkerton. I trust you. You are in charge when I'm not here.
Well, I'm sure I could find a few people, but
If you don't think they can make the cut, then I agree with you.
you see like Furby is just standing there now, staring at Pinkerton like in like disgust. He's like, well, boss, I think we got to talk about this in private, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Good seeing you again, and yeah, hopefully you can find us a place to move this place, to move our whole operation to, because it's getting a little cramped down here.
All right, yeah. I'll get Hedwig right on it. Again, I need some. We got all the casks set up somewhere to where I could get some.
Oh, that's another thing. I think the Cooper in town is kind of getting upset that we're like buying all his barrels and he can't keep up with us. So maybe you could find another source of that too. Maybe like next time you go into the city or something.
I was just in the city.
Yeah, if I were you,
We'll
I
figure
would
something
try to use that ship that you got. Maybe you could ship some barrels down here and get us some horses and some wagons and we could really this place could really take off.
All right.
I see they're writing Pinkerton and Vossen.
Perfect. Wait, not perfect. Switch that around.
No, Pinkerton and Vossen. That has a nice ring to it.
Just sit there and stare at him like, no.
He looks over at Fairbase. He's like, "What are you looking at?"
So, I'll talk to Hedwig about this. Let's not get too big of heads over this. Pinkerton.
Oh, okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
But I will talk to Hedwig and get your space that you need and have him contract out some barrels to be shipped here with whatever else you need.
That sounds great. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah, keep up the work down here and try not to get too sweaty with each other. And looking all weird at him. Like, I'm gonna take some booze and I'll be going.
Okay. Have a great day.
You as well. I'm gonna go back out on another voyage, so I'll be gone for a while again. But I'll make sure I send orders to make sure you're well stocked.
Excellent.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Does it sound alright, or is it still quiet?
It's
a little quiet. You're good.
Yeah, it's good.
And then I'll go upstairs and tell Hedwig pretty much that whatever Pinkerton needs, yeah. And to try to procure, like, since he said that we're donating, money to that society, to find if they have like a warehouse that we could rent,
sure,
with reasonable price for so we can move the brewing stuff in there, so they has more room for more people and more barrels. And if it's has a little dock, it'd be even better. That way we can just dock shit and fill it up and ship it out.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good.
And then I'm gonna go up and find Brother Full and go into like the little courtyard in the back and meditate with him.
All right. Perfect. Kolos, what are you doing as you're wandering around out aimlessly? So like a good hour or so goes by.
At this point, I've pretty much walked around, seen my fill of the town. So I'm going to be up here by this bridge and jump in the water and swim back down towards the ship.
Nice.
Just get some swimming in.
Yeah, so like a couple people like just watch you like jump in the water and they're like, "What the fuck was that?" And yeah, you swim back down through. And as you're swimming down through, you kind of notice like on the opposite side of the river, there's like a super rowdy bar that's kind of like on stilts and it's kind of like out in the water. And you hear a couple of them, like a couple of people fighting, and you kind of like get a quick glance, and they look like a piratey sort of type of people. And they're arguing, and one guy ends up like pulling out a dagger and just stabs the other guy and kicks him into the water. And you kind of swim by. It's up to you if you want to interfere or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
So you make your way up onto there's like a big dock that wraps around this bar, and there's a sign on the bar, which says, okay, I can't remember the name of this bar. Anyway, we'll get to that after. They have like a million names here. But anyway, so you go into this, you go up to this this dock, and you see a whole bunch of like piratey looking guys around. Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay, so the bar's name is the Empty Net Tavern. But you kind of stand there and look around, and you just see a bunch of like tough-looking thugs, and a couple of them walk over to you, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing, just walking up onto our dock like this?"
Wondering why you're stabbing a guy and throwing him in the river.
I don't know what you're talking about. Piss off.
How many of them are there around me?
There's 4 guys that are kind of like at this point like all kind of surrounding you, with your edge to the back, like to the dock, like to the water.
And I'll point down the river. Can I still see the body?
Yeah, you can see it like floating down the river.
Okay. Alright. I point to the body. I'm like, that body right there. Don't play dumb with me. Why'd you stab him?
So one guy, he's got like an eye patch. He's like, I can't see very good. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you should just mind your own business. And he pulls out a short sword.
Give me a second.
Yeah, they start surrounding you, and a couple of the other guys, you start seeing them like getting kind of itchy too. Like they put their hands on their hips, presumably to grab whatever the weapons they have at their disposal.
All right. I'm going to Misty Step behind them.
Okay.
I don't know if you need me to put that in the chat.
Yeah. Post the spell. Okay.
So I'm now not out of, or I'm out of the circle of them. And I look at the guy with the eye patch and I go, "You really don't want to do this."
All right, make an intimidation check, or persuasion, whatever way you kind of roll this.
All right, persuasion.
Okay, so yeah, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, whoa!" He's kind of like startled as you like just pop up behind him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, sorry about that. Come on in. I'll get you a drink."
I don't drink, but I'll go in.
All right, so come with us. And, yeah, you come into this tiny bar, and there's about a dozen or so these similar-looking shady guys. Go ahead and make a perception check when you get inside the bar. So you look around, you see a couple of these guys have red sashes tied to their belts, and you recognize this as some more members of the Sea Princes. And it's like, "Come on up to the bar. We'll buy you a drink anyway. Come on, I insist. It's now that we're best friends and all."
I don't know about friends. I don't even know your name, friend.
"Oh, I'm Jim, and this is Fred, and this is Tom."
Jim, Fred, and Tom, huh?
And this other like big guy stands up and goes, "Yeah, and I'm Sue. What are you drinking, friend?" And he kind of walks over here. This guy like kind of towers over here. He's only like 7 feet tall. He's a Goliath-looking guy. He doesn't have one of the. You do notice he doesn't have one of the red sashes or anything. But
Okay, so he's a 7 foot tall Goliath.
yeah.
Do I recognize him?
No, so you
Okay.
have never seen it before.
Okay, that's fine. I thought he was going to be the other guy from the other bar. For a second there. I forgot his name. Kovac?
Yeah,
Korvac?
Govac, yeah.
Kovac. There you go. I'll take a water.
What? A water? Did you hear that, boys? We don't drink water in here. And they all just start laughing.
Oh, looks like I'm not drinking.
Well, it looks like maybe you should leave then.
Yeah, I think I will.
And
I get up and I start walking towards the door.
so they kind of like walk behind you, and all of them you can see like none of them have weapons drawn, but they are like have their hands on their like hilts of their swords or the handles, and they walk you to the door and kind of just usher you out, and then just kind of look over you as you kind of stand in front of the bar now, and you can see in the doorway there's a whole bunch of these guys just kind of staring at you. Well, have a nice night then.
Yeah, you guys try. And I walk back to the dock and I jump back in the river.
Okay, so like as you do that, you hear a bunch of them just like, you know, talking crap like, "Oh, who does he think he is? Follow him, boys." And you make your way back down the river, but you look back and you don't see anybody like jumping in the river after you or anything like that.
I was gonna say you're gonna try to follow a fish person in the river.
Yeah, we're gonna swim after him. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, let me slow down a little bit for you guys.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna head back towards the traveler's house.
okay. Vitoris, can you hear us yet, or can we hear you?
That's a no.
That's a no. Okay. Uri, so you're still at the bar getting sloshed? Because now, like, it's been a good like hour, and you're definitely quite a few drinks in. Anything else you want to do, or are you just gonna like, stay in the bar for the rest of the night? Uri? All right. Apparently, Uri and Vitoris are not here.
I'm here.
Snodlers is here. All right, Snodlers is back at the Travelers Guild. Anything else that you guys want to do for the rest of the day? Then, I'm assuming you guys are all going to meet back at the Travelers Guild.
What time is it? So.
It's only like 5 o'clock, but.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to touch bases here, and then I was gonna go talk to Leander.
Okay.
And then there is the lizard dude.
It's Reef.
Yeah. And there's the Loremaster I wanted to find. Hedwig said that actually before I leave I want to ask Hedwig where the Loremaster is.
So he tells you, "Oh, Master Vitoris, he's in the graveyard where he always is." So I don't often hear about Crag leaving too much, other than to the market once in a while to gather his needs. But you should be able to find him there.
So his name is Craig.
Yeah, Crag. He's
Excellent.
the half-orc gentleman, very unorganized but nice fella.
All right, that'll work. And don't forget about Pinkerton, please. He's
yeah.
he's under a lot of stress, and he needs his needs this list of stuff, and I hand him everything that he was asking for.
Okay.
I gave him 400 gold, accommodate him for what he needs.
Okay. He says, "Oh, I'll see what I can do." And he looks kind of puzzled, but okay, we can make this work.
And again, see if you can get the something worked out with the warehouse.
Yeah, that seems like a great idea. I'll ask Ada or Gellin about one of these warehouses that we cleaned up. Perhaps one of them might be large enough to move Pinkerton and his cousin.
Yeah, excellent. If anyone else, any of the other travelers swing by, let them know that we're we went. We went to the Loremaster, and then we're gonna go see Iliander.
Okay. Excellent.
And then I head out. Is Snodler's joining me?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so you guys are going to the Lore Masters, right?
Am
Yeah.
I too quiet? Like, will I get overpowered easy? I just switched out a microphone.
No, I mean, like, we'll just be super quiet when you're talking. That's all. You're good.
Damn it. Alright.
We can
Yeah,
hear
so
you
you-
fine, though.
I can try
Yeah.
to turn it up and shit.
All right, so you guys remember that, like, Craig was, like, the local historian. He had a whole bunch of, like, books and stuff in his house that he collected. But, yeah, he was, like, the grave keeper. So you guys kind of, like, come up to the graveyard, and he's got a tiny little house. You knock on the door, and it takes a couple of minutes, but Craig comes to the door, and he's like, "What? What do you want?"
Are you the lore keeper?
"Oh, yeah, I remember you guys."
Oh, hey, Craig.
Yeah,
I look around because most likely was really drunk when I met him.
And he's like, "No, what do you want? I'm not expecting any visitors. The house is kind of a mess." And you guys like peek over his shoulder, and you see his house is like a hoarder's house. He's got just like stuff everywhere.
We're here to see if you have any information that would be useful. We've seen some crazy shit in the last couple days.
Oh, I didn't think you guys were coming back. I remember I looked into that for you about the vampires and stuff. Do you remember?
Yes.
So remember I found out that 100 years ago some of the townspeople went missing. And this kind of
Yes.
happened shortly after 4 travelers arrived in the town. And then some rumors were that the travelers, they were vampires with a sinister agenda to set up a covenant in Saltmarsh. You remember all that? Or am I just beating a dead horse here?
Yes. A covenant somewhere in Saltmarsh.
Yeah. Well,
Did you find anything else? You said you heard about that, but
well, I'm glad that you remember. Yeah, you're okay. So I did find out some other stuff because I was kind of curious about this whole vampire ordeal. So I started going through some of my books. So when the wrists they bought the snapping line, they gave me a whole bunch of stuff that they found in there they collected from travelers that left items and stuff. Most of the stuff was just junk, but I like to collect all the books and journals and paperwork and parchment that I receive. Anyway, so I was kind of rummaging through some stuff, and I found an old journal given to me by Hannah shortly after her parents had bought the bar. So this journal, it was from a halfling merchant. His name was Tarmin Talbrand, and he came from the east, and he stopped in the town of Damarel for the night while heading to Seaton. He had a few drinks in a quiet tavern when he was approached by this pale-skinned man who wined and dined him. I thought that was kind of curious, so I read a little deeper into it. So apparently this pale-skinned man told him about his home and that he shared with his 2 brothers. He told them they had once lived in Saltmarsh, but the people there were not very friendly, so they moved out by the lake in the drowned forest. And the man started making him kind of feel uncomfortable, and Tarmin began not feeling very well. But the pale-skinned man insisted on Tarmin to come over to his place for some fresh air and a little snack.
Sounds like roofies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I didn't know where the story was going to go, and I kept reading, and it said that fortunately for him, a rowdy group of adventurers entered the bar, and the pale man shifted his attention to them instead. And Tarmin waited for a good opportunity to slip out of the tavern, and he found a room at the inn down the street. That's all I found. That I don't know if that pertains to what happened here with the vampires that were in Saltmarsh, but
do you still have the journal?
yeah, it's back in here somewhere. Here, you come in. Then he points to you, Vasen.
Yeah, I come in. Is there any way I could purchase the journal
Hey,
from
don't
you,
step
or...
on my stuff. Watch where you're walking right there.
Whoa!
Yeah, Jesus. Don't just stay in the doorway. Then never mind. I'll find it on my own. And he walks
Okay.
over. And, it takes him a couple of minutes. He's like rummaging through like piles of books, and he's like, I knew I left it over here somewhere. And he like kind of throws like a half-eaten sandwich off of it. And, oh, here it is. Here it is. He brings it over to you. He says, you can just have it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I don't know if it relates, but when I saw the fact that there was 2 brothers, so I thought that was kind of suspicious when there was 4 travelers that came to the town, and then the cleric Darbrick Boulderhead formed the militia, and they killed one of the vampires, and the 3 left the town. Or left Saltmarsh. So I thought that was kind of interesting that this vampire shared a home with his 2 brothers. I mean, that's how I take it. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it, but
Wait. You said there was 4 random travelers?
yeah, 100 years ago,
and
4 travelers came to.
Cleric Boulderhead?
I thought you remember all this. Do you want me to reread everything that I had already found?
No, just the journal would be fine. It should be all in there, correct?
No, this is a different journal. This is new information.
Well, if you don't want to repeat it, just hand me those journals.
Ugh,
If you could part with them.
but that was weeks ago. I don't know if I'm ever going to find those now.
This is all pertinent to trying to keep Saltmarsh safe and keep from the 3,000 vampires,
3,000 vampires?
3,000 vampires. That's what I heard. A good man, a good friend of mine. I don't know if you've ever met him. Varen?
Yeah, that drunk. I buried him out in the graveyard.
I know.
So,
He said there's 300 vampires in this town. Or 3,000. I don't remember.
But well,
Wait.
considering that you guys helped me out and you cleaned out the crypt for me, I guess I could take a little extra time to go find your books that you were looking for. Hold on.
Nautilus is
Well, you're-
confused. How many people are in this town to begin with?
Oh, well, last I thought there's probably 800 people in this town. But that 300 can't be vampires. That doesn't make any sense.
Or 3,000?
I don't know where you were getting your math from there. And he looks at you, Vasen.
It could have been 300. While you're searching, do you know anything or heard anything about a demon called Taegon, I think it was?
I don't really know much about deities and things of that nature, but if something from the sea, I suppose you could talk to somebody, Father Welgar down at the temple of Procan, or I don't know, maybe like talk to one of those fish people out in one of the fish cities that are near here. They probably know more about that stuff than I do.
It's Nautilus is actually wanting to go to the fish city.
Yeah, the fish people, The sea
Yeah.
elves and those other ones, the ones that live in the fancy castle and stuff over there.
Oh, the Tridents?
Yeah, those people. I've never seen one, but
Oh, well, funny thing is, I am actually traveling with a Trident.
well, there you go. You could go talk to that guy.
Or Triton, whatever they're called. I don't even know.
Hold on, give me a couple minutes. And,
All right.
Nautilus doesn't think that the Trident will have a lot of information.
he goes off and he goes, "Hey, did you guys want something to eat?"
Nautilus is fine.
I'm all set. I have drink.
Yeah,
I like to drink.
He just like turns around sharply. He's like mumbling under his breath, like rude sons of bitches. He goes off and he's like searching for the book. And a couple of minutes goes by, and you guys are sitting there just kind of like taking in the massive hoard that he's collected. And there's just like a lot of crap and like piles and piles of books. A couple of minutes later, though, he does come back and he goes, "Here you go. Here's the old history from 100 years ago of the town."
Oh, thank you. For my thing, do you like spirits? not like ghosts, but like alcohol.
Hey, well, how did you know? I've been known to dabble in some finer spirits from time to time.
Well, I've been, I don't know if you've heard of it, the Drunken Monk Brewery.
Well, I can't say that I have. I haven't really left my house too much, but
Well, I started this brewery most recently, and for all your assistance here, you could have this bottle of my finest. Which one would you like? Hold on a second. Do you like the whiskey, or do you want something sweet?
well, I don't think I'd like anything sweet, so I'll take the whiskey.
Here's some Dragon Kiss whiskey.
Oh well, thank you.
No, thank you for accommodating us. And while I could see you're awfully busy, and you helped us out. So I'm here to give you this appreciative gift.
Well, I'll see what else I can find. You know, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. You know where the Travelers Guild is?
Yeah, the old alchemist mansion up on the hill, right?
Yeah. If you have any information that you may find that we might need on, the possible vampires or whereabouts of these vampires, you could drop it off there. Hedwig, he's pretty much our steward there when we're not there. Just give him the information. He will relay it to us.
I suppose. I mean, but maybe
There'll
you
be
can sweeten the
there'll
deal
be
a
free
little bit.
alcohol.
Wait, now we're talking. Okay.
You'll give free alcohol for you delivering some information.
All right, that sounds okay. Yeah. Hey, thanks.
No,
Sadler's
thank you.
lean over. Do we have to tell him first? I think we should. We have to tell Hedwig, right? We're going back, or are we just leaving now?
Well, eventually we're gonna have to go back and meet with everyone to discuss the plans for tomorrow.
Honestly, I've been so confused on what's been going on for the last 2 months. I just figured we'd go to the boat, but I guess that makes sense.
Well, we just got off the boat, so
Well,
I mean,
some of us don't know what's going on.
I'm just informing you. We
Okay.
we just got off the boat and we're heading in town for the first time in like a month, so we gotta hit some bases here before we retire and leave in the morning.
Well, it just feels like if we have our sea legs, which Snobblers has never had before, it just makes sense to keep them, right? Should I just sleep on the boat?
You can sleep wherever you like, Snothers. I'm not going to tell you where you can and can't sleep.
Well, Snobblers hasn't been on the boat other than this, and the previous time we were on the boat, really just with you. So Snobblers is confused on if sea legs, do they come back?
I honestly, first time I was on a boat was sailing up to Seaton. I take things in stride. It's just the way we do it.
We.
Yeah, me and my fellow brothers.
Yeah. I get it now. You see him take out his book and a quill appears and he starts writing shit down.
Well, thanks for the Craig for the information, and I'll won't waste any more of your time. And then I'll kindly nod and head out.
Yeah. As soon as you exit out of the house, he just slams the door behind you.
So, do I think that we're being well received by him?
Yeah, I mean he's like helpful, but at the same time, you can tell he's kind of like a grumpy old half orc that just wants to be left alone.
Oh, right. He's a half orc.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of a temper. But yet he loves junk and books, so
He's a hoarder.
he's a hoarder, and apparently now he also loves alcohol.
So now it's time to have a drink, I guess, before we go speak with Iliander. We need to find this lizard person. But I suppose we should find everyone else also.
I mean, Snowbliss would agree if we're to all leave together.
Well, I was figuring we would run into them sooner or later, that they would be doing something besides standing there with their fingers in their asses.
No.
Snodlers is not quite sure. If it's not fingers and buttholes, then it's javelins and hands.
Relatively the same, I'm supposing. And then I'll, as we're talking, we're gonna kind of like walk and talk towards the snapping line.
Okay, and
What
as you
land?
guys are kind of making your way,
That's the bar, right?
it's the bar, yeah. You guys are making your way down that way. Like you see Kolos just like emerge like out of the water and start like walking up the beach towards you guys. It's kind of like the exact time, exact place where you guys had met him before.
Oh, out for a dip again, huh?
Yeah, you might be interested to hear what's across the river there.
What's across where?
Well, I'm pretty sure I found another pirate bar.
Which bar?
The Empty Net Tavern.
Oh, we've busted some skulls over there a while ago.
I think we need to go back.
Hey, you wanna
Why?
bust some skull? That's very odd.
No, they are pirates.
Yeah, they're prior. It's a pirate bar. I would assume pirates would be there.
Well, if you don't want to go, we don't have to go. Just figured you'd be interested to know that.
It is quite interesting, but yes, I should have warned you that that part of town is more of the shadier part. Kind of like if you remember when we were in Seaton. You know how that pirate area in the back?
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
remember.
like that. There's pirates, but there's like certain spots where the pirates are. And the village kind of knows it, but they kind of like, they don't bother them, the pirates won't bother them, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And then if they find out they were bothered, then shit goes down. But
Gotcha.
as long as they're not, pillaging the town, they usually leave and do their business.
Alright, so leave them alone.
Unless they are starting, literally fighting with you.
They were close to it.
But they were wise to not mess with you, I could see.
Mm-hmm.
Snodlers is confused. How did you not have a fight, but almost have a fight?
The one dude pulled a short sword and I made him shit himself by teleporting
Oh, good
behind
man. Good man.
So you
Well-
did it to catch the poop?
No, I did it to cause the poop.
Oh, excellent. We're about to head to the snapping line to I have to pay respects. If you'd like to join us, there probably has food. I know you don't like to drink.
Yeah, I'll come with you guys.
As I'm walking with Kolos, I'm just pointing out areas that I've been and the alleys I slept in and shit like
So,
that.
yeah, like I slept back there. I pissed on that building once.
The alley where Varen got killed and all that. Like I'm just showing them, pretty much like giving like the drunk man's sleeping on the
Drunk man's
street
tour.
store. Yeah,
Okay,
just
so,
to give him a better lay of the land.
so yeah, you guys make your way back to the Sapping Tavern after all that. Eventually, Hector makes his way back to the mansion where Hedgebeck lets him know, hey, these guys went off to talk to the Loremaster. I'm sure they're out and about in the town. Vitoris, can you hear us yet? Or can you speak yet? Or no? Take that as a no.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear
Hello?
me?
I give it 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
we can hear. I can hear everybody. So, Vitoris, what are you doing? Are you going to the snapping line, or?
Don't be a pussy.
I don't play an alcoholic every game. I don't know what Taurus is gonna do.
All right, so the rest of you guys, besides Vitoris, who's probably staying on the boat, go to the Snapping Line Tavern. Hector, at this time, I would say that you're probably back at the mansion.
Yeah, so if he told me that everyone took off to town, I know where the meeting place is, so I'm just going to have Hedwig have some people grab my alchemy set, take it to the boat, and then I'm going to go head over to the Snapping.
Of course, of course you know where the meeting place is. Okay.
Yeah.
So Vasen, you bring Kolos and Snobblers with you up to the Snapping Line, and as soon as you enter, you see Uri at the bar, and he's like leaning up on the bar, and he's like spread out and like taking up like 2 stools, and he looks like he's pretty shit faced already.
Ah, Yuri! Did you save any for me?
Listen, how are ya?
Oh God, that's too good.
Haven't
You see
started well.
Snuddlers throw open his mouth a little bit.
I haven't done much yet. Fixing to, and as you say that, I grab my gourd and take a big pull off it.
And as soon as Hannah sees Vasen come in the door, she stops what she's doing. She runs over to him. She's like, Vasen, did you come here to bring more alcohol? Because we really all enjoy it.
Yes, actually, I have them getting casks ready. Hedwig will ship them down as soon as they get the carriage over there.
This is great news. Yeah, like business is great. And she like holds her hands up and circles around the room. She's looking, and you kind of look around, and the bars are already like almost to full capacity, and it's only like 5 o'clock. So she's like, tonight is gonna be a great night. We're gonna make a ton of money. We're gonna have a ton of fun. Like, I hired this bard, and she points over to the corner at this guy playing his lute, and he's like really terrible, but she's like, look, this is a hip place to be now. Like, these fishermen are getting a taste of the big city.
Nice, excellent. I'm glad that I could help. I need some drinks. I need to exactly 2 drinks, one for me and one for Varen.
Oh, Varen, God rest his soul.
Hey,
That's why I came.
what about me?
Of course, and I'll hand you my gourd.
Take a big old swig out of it, hand it back to him, just start laughing.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Yuri. Nice. So he definitely takes a big old swig and just starts laughing, and Hannah's like, she starts pouring a couple shots. She's like, yeah, let's all have a drink for Varen.
I sit there and bow my head before I take the sip, and I say a small little something in my head about Varen.
And she looks over at the empty stool at the end of the bar that still nobody's allowed to sit in because that was Varen's stool. And you see her tear up a little bit, and she throws the shot back.
Yeah, slug it back. Is there any empty tables?
No, not really. You look around, and the tables are all full, and there's a lot of people standing as well. So it's like it's definitely the most packed that you've ever seen this bar. There's a couple seats, open seats at the bar, but no tables.
We're gonna have to procure a table in a little while. If there's any way we could get one.
Oh, you need a table, Boston?
Yeah, we wouldn't mind having a table without causing too much of a stir.
Ah, nonsense. Let me take care of this.
Be careful.
Yuri stands up, walks to the first table over where the fishermen are. You're sitting at the travelers' tables, guys. Beat it.
They look over and they're like, who the fuck do you think you are? We were here all day.
This is my bar. Matter of fact, this is my town.
They look at each other and start laughing. The dwarf bar is at the other side of town, buddy.
Yuri just pulls his axe out and flops it down on the table.
All right, go ahead and make an intimidation check.
That's like a big dick move right there.
And they all just start laughing. They're like, yeah, well, mine's even bigger. And the guy like stands up and he grabs a hold of his crotch. And he's like, so fuck off, dwarf. Go hang out with the other dwarves at the other bar.
As I see that, I just walk over and put my hand on his shoulder. It's like, well, no need to get nasty in here, boys.
Hey. We're not started. This guy started. Is he a friend of yours?
Yes, he is. This is Uri.
Well, this little dwarf needs to learn some manners.
Since when have you ever met a dwarf with some manners?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Here, how about you buy us all a drink and we'll just forget this ever happened?
I'll. What would you like?
Hey, whatever you're buying, we'll drink it. And the
Here,
other guys at the table all like raise up their ales and they're like, yeah.
How about if I buy you guys drinks, you just leave the table?
Sure, we could do that.
All right. I'll buy everyone a drink here. Hey, you know what? Make that 2.
All right. They all get up and like right away. And Hannah comes over and she brings some more drinks. She goes, and she comes like leans into you, Voss. And now, please, no trouble tonight, Voss. And I'm hoping for a good night in here.
We'll have no trouble here. I'll pay for the drinks and give her a gold tip.
Oh, okay.
Yuri stands up. Yeah, you fuckers better leave. Turns, sits down at the table.
I wave over everyone to come sit down.
Okay, yeah, everybody sits down, and the bar pretty much goes back to business. Even the fishermen, they're just happy that they got some free drinks out of you guys, and they go off and they're all bullshitting at another table.
Nice.
You look over at like a table behind you. Some guys are playing cards, and they're like super loud. They're like, yeah! But yeah, the bar's getting pretty rowdy.
I was sitting here and I'm waiting for Hector to show up. So we're pretty much waiting for everyone to show up, but whoever decides to show up.
Snodlos is here.
Let's see. We got everyone but Vitoris and Hector, and I believe Hector is the only one that's probably going to show up.
Yeah, so it's like a half hour goes by, and Hector enters the snapping line. And Hector, you see them right away at the table. They kind of stand out.
Yeah, not the typical fisherman.
Hector!
You see Yuri like eating peanuts off the floor.
Hector, we need to talk.
Hector, sit down. I cleared a table for you.
Yeah.
Hector.
Well.
Hector. Hector.
Walk over, sit down. How's it going?
I talked to the cranky work
Craig.
guy, Craig. He told me some shit.
Good shit?
Good. Well, I mean, it depends. It's he told me about some. He gave me these journals. I like showed the journals to him.
Okay.
And in them, it talks about back a long time ago, the vampires that supposedly came in here, and some clerics and shit went down. Told them to go somewhere, and the drowned forest. You know where we saw that beam of light?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was one of the homes from the vampires, but I mean, it's all in these journals. I hand him over to Hector because he's a lot more intelligent than I am.
I don't know about a lot more, but
And then I spoke with him, and Hedwig gave me some money for our profits. So when we head there tonight, you might want to speak with him to get your share. I believe he's got everyone's share separate.
Nice.
And so, do you have any luck finding your potions? Stuff to make them?
Yeah, I got a pretty decent haul this time, so we'll have a few more potions in a few more days.
Excellent, excellent. I was told that some of our proceeds went to fix up the houses in the district. Remember way when we first got here? Way at the bottom of the docks, there's that one house, the little crab shack.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Snodless thought there was a sign above it that said Dick's.
no, it was a crab shack, and
Yes.
there was a
Dick's Crab Shack.
shadowy figure that was in the road, and pretty sure we were gonna die. We ran like little bitches. I don't remember that.
I don't remember running little bitches, but yeah, I remember some stuff going down
You
that shaft.
little bitches.
I cheers you.
We like found a little, or not a little, but we found a coffin.
Yeah, we found a pit. Maybe we should head there before bed. I mean, it's on the way back, kinda, to the manor.
Sure.
Did you speak with anyone? I mean, I know you were talking about going to see some lizard guy. I can't remember his name.
Sarif, the Sarif, and the I think he's with I forgot the town guards.
Eleander.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, so shall we have one or two more drinks and go visit Eleander?
Sure, I'll have a drink.
And Kolos, would you like a milk or something?
I'll just take some water if you guys got some.
Water?
Nothing.
Are paladins not allowed? Or are you a paladin? Or are you a knight? What? I don't even know what you are.
Both.
Oh, well, are you both allowed to have alcohol?
Night, yes, but I never drank.
Why? I look like completely baffled.
Snodless is under the impression that when you're on the surface, you have to drink alcohol because the water is just not good.
Water's got salt in it.
Yes, where do you think I've been living my entire life?
So how
Do you
about you
drink
have?
your
You
air?
have to have one drink.
No, I'm alright.
Just one drink.
No, my father forbade it. I'll never have a drink.
Is your father sitting here in the bar? And I look around.
No,
Then he will not know.
he will know.
How?
Because he's watching me. He's very.
I'm
Kolos
looking
is
around
very
the bar. I'm like, what?
confused right now
He's. You said he was not here. How is he watching you?
because he's dead. So his spirit watches over me.
And also with you.
Oh my god. So he forbade you to have any alcohol. For what reason?
It's one of the prices you pay for becoming part of the group of paladins.
Oh. When did you swear to this?
Shortly before leaving my town. Hang on. I'm sorry, I actually wrote that in the backstory. Like, I legit put that in there. Hang on.
What is this backstory you're speaking of?
Come on, Boston. Why are you harassing the fish?
Not harassing, just
He doesn't-
trying to
He
take
doesn't
it
want
in to loosen up a little. This is, we're on land. You don't have to be so.
Oh no, I did have
uptight.
alcohol.
He doesn't want to drink. More for us. Ha ha.
I'm making more as we speak. Anyway, after this last round, and we must go see Eleander before it gets too dark. And speak with our lizard person. And then we could inform Eleander of our deeds. I'm sure he may probably heard of them. I mean, the king, we did just, find out where the king's money was going that he kind of fetched us for, you know what I mean?
Whenever we're going to set sail, you guys let me know. I'll be down at the Pearl.
The Pearl?
Yeah.
Varen's favorite spot.
Any of you guys want to head down to the Pearl with me? I'm
No.
buying.
I have very other pressing matters, unfortunately.
Snodlers?
Present.
Do you want to go down to the Pearl?
Snodlers doesn't remember what the pearl has.
It's called the Pink Pearl. Wink, wink.
Snodler still doesn't get it.
Maybe you should go.
I think you'll have a good time.
We're gonna be out at sea for a long time. Might wanna empty out before we leave.
But I've already finished my drink.
I'm trying to spread my seed. You know what I'm saying?
You humans and surface sunwalkers are quite unusual folk. I'm still not quite sure what you're talking about.
Talking about getting some pussy down at the Pink Pearl.
Oh, see, it's Snodler's. It's not pink. That makes sense now. No, I'm good, thanks.
Well, what color is it? Purple?
I mean, Uri, Snodler's is male, but normally it's just a grayish.
All right, suit yourself. More for me. I'll just get up and stumble out the door.
Snodler is licking the air and pointing or like using his fingers in like a in and out motion, just like I don't get it.
All right, so
Honestly, Snodlers would be afraid that someone would sit on my face and then I would die.
I mean, they probably have that there too.
I'm going to pay someone to sit on my face.
You're also not like 2'3".
He's like 4 foot even.
Mm-hmm.
all right, so you guys watch as Yuri just gets up and stumbles across the bar, kind of like pushes a couple people out of the way. He actually runs into one of the fishermen that you guys stole his table, and he stumbles outside into the streets.
It's a good night. Hope he finds one of my comfy alleys.
I think he's gonna find something else comfy.
Sure. Let's go to Leander.
You guys go do whatever. I'm gonna make sure Yuri doesn't get in trouble.
No, I think you're gonna go to the Pink Pearl.
I mean, I might as well see what's going on. I mean,
You seem awfully
So-
curious.
Snodlers is confused because I feel like drinking alcohol is less of a, do they call it a sin, than pearls.
you have your vice, I have mine. I just get up and start walking out.
What is a vice?
I don't know what he's talking about. Let's are you ready, Hector?
Yeah, just about. And I just polish off the last of my drink and put it on the table. I leave some change there of silver and 2 copper for the. Not Eileen, that's the wrong one.
Hannah.
Hannah,
Okay,
yeah. I go up to the bar and say bye to Hannah, and I hand her 1 gold.
And she looks at you and she's like, thanks for not causing any trouble in here, guys. See you soon, Vassen.
Thank you for the business.
Thank you.
Off to Elienda.
Okay,
It
so
was about like 9 o'clock at night now.
you guys probably spent like a good hour at the bar. So it's like 6, maybe 7. Maybe you probably spent a good 2 hours. I mean, there was a lot of drinking probably going on and good times.
Just a little winding down from the trip.
So Kolos and Uri make their way off to the Pearl. So we're gonna put you guys just over here. It's over here on the map. I think it's this place technically right here. And Kolos, you notice it's very close to the bar that you were just at.
Yep.
So
Yuri,
go ahead, Yuri.
Yuri picks out the biggest, stankiest, fattest chick in there,
Okay.
but passes out before he can do anything with her.
Yeah, you guys you go into the Pink Pearl, and it's like a pretty nice looking place. It's got it's very like bougie, especially considering like from the outside. It's just like one of the run of the mill Saltmarsh sort of houses that's like weathered from the salt sea air, and like all the boards are warped and stuff. But the inside has like velvet like furniture, and it's pretty classy looking. Marjorie, the owner of the establishment, welcomes you in, and she helps you pick out a nice girl. And you go up to like a room where you pass out. Well, Kolos, what do you do while Yuri goes off?
I get butt naked before I pass out.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
So we gonna do this? Ugh.
I go up to Marjorie and be like, "Hello, a little, sketchy, shady. It's kind of uncomfortable being there, but still, how many spare girls you got right now?"
Oh, how many spare girls? Oh, how many do you need? I've never seen one of your people. You must really have a lot of needs to fill.
Just how many you got, and how much are they?
Oh, well, it's 4 silver per hour. And I have there's 4 girls on call. Well, 3 right now. One of them's busy with your friend. Hopefully they're having a good time.
All right. How much for a night for all 3 girls?
Well, that's 4 silver an hour times 3 girls, and for the whole night, well, you're looking at another 8 hours.
It's 96 silver.
Yeah, sure. I was just gonna do the math, but you beat me to it.
That's fine. I only have gold pieces, so I don't know the conversion rate.
It's 10 silver is 1 gold, so we'll just round that up to 100 silver.
Yep.
10 gold.
10 gold?
Yeah, 10 gold.
Alright, oh. Here's your 10 gold. Take your 3 women and a nice private room.
So one of the women you have is this very short goblin girl, and she looks like really nervous, but she goes with you. Oh, and Yuri, it's also going to cost you some money. So depending on if you are spending the night that you're passed out. Actually, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, Yuri. And we'll get back to Kolos. All right, so Yuri, you pass out for like an hour.
You wake up, half your mind's gone.
I wake up and turn over to her and just say, "How was it?" and start laughing.
Yeah, and this chick who's just like sitting in a chair next to you, next to the bed, and she just looks over and she's like, "Oh yeah, you were great, honey. Do you want to go again? That'll be another 4 silver."
Nah, I'm good. I get up, start getting dressed. I'm just gonna pay and leave.
Okay, so it's just 4 silver for you. So Kolos is you took all 3 girls. What are you gonna do?
Go in a private room and have some fun.
Okay, so are you actually gonna stay the night then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's bring this over to the other guy. So now there's Vittoris, you ever figure out what you're doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. For a good bit there, everyone was roboting to me. I think I just need to get a whole new headset.
But roboting is usually internet.
I just fixed my internet, damn it.
Obviously not.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll wander through town and attempt to meet up with Voss and the others as they're leaving the tavern. And what's bougie mean, or whatever that word you used?
Bougie is like,
bad and bougie.
yeah,
I've never heard that word in my life.
Super good.
Like
Super like
classy, high-end,
yeah.
fancy.
Oh, God, I've never heard that word.
Boston is looking pretty bougie before he got all dirty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did get dumped in the water.
He still looks
I
a lot
was nice
cleaner
and
than he
clean.
was a month ago.
I definitely don't smell as bad.
I've just never heard the word, so John used it, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
You don't listen to a lot of like Cardi B or anything, do you?
No, I do not.
Nerd. All right. So, you guys, Hector, Voss, and Vittoris, you meet up with these guys, and you can tell that they've all been having a few drinks, and they're kind of like stumbling a little bit, but Vossen leads the way right to Eleander's tower. And it's starting to get dark, but the tower's open, so you walk in, and there's Tom, the what do we call him? He was the clerk.
Quartermaster?
Yeah, Tom was the clerk who took over for the missing lady, but you enter and he's like, you guys again. Do you come here every couple of weeks just to break my balls?
I thought he took Hedwig's job.
No.
Or am I misremembering? Because I thought Hedwig was originally like the quartermaster.
Yeah, Hedwig was the
Got let
quartermaster,
go.
but he got into a fight with Tom when they hired Tom to replace Mina, the missing clerk. And
the
the
one we
two of
never
them did
found.
not see eye to eye, so Hedwig volunteered for Eleander to help you guys.
Gotcha. I thought he took Hedwig's job. I didn't realize he got hired for Mina, the girl we never found.
Yes, we're here to break your balls again.
I knew it. All right, well, go ahead, walk in. I'm sure you know the drill. Eleander's in his office.
Thank you, Tommy. Timmy, whatever.
Thomas.
Tim, Chimaroo. Let's see you later. I walk in the room.
Tom Thomas is a really weird name.
And you guys just walk past him, and he just looks frazzled. You go to Eleander's office, and his door is open. You guys enter, and he's just sitting there, filling something out in a large book. And he looks up, and he's like, "Ah, travelers, excellent! It's good to see you again. What can I do for you? It's been great for what you've done to the town."
Yes, it's great. Town. We fixed the booze, and we got King's stuff back stolen.
Whoa!
Found out where it went.
I just meant the pirate problem is really subsided here. It's so quiet. I feel a little rabble here and there, but overall, this is you've done great work for us. What have you been doing in your travels?
It's been rough.
Have you been in any place interesting? Did you go to the city?
Yeah, we were in Seaton for 4 whole days.
Oh, a beautiful place, isn't it? Wonderful city.
It's quite wonderful. There's people and bars
Shops.
Yes,
and pirates.
oh, there shouldn't be any pirates there. The king has strict laws against piracy.
The king's a moron.
Oh, whoa. You can't say that, okay?
I did. I just did.
I take this crest very seriously. And he stands up and he has the symbol of the Keeland Empire on his chest. I stand by my
I
king.
just like wave my
Snodlers
hands, like try to like play it. All right.
Snodlers is wondering where you took it from.
And he looks at you puzzled.
You took that crest very seriously.
Oh,
I mean, theft is a very serious crime.
well, yes. Anyway, well, what is I can do for you, gentlemen? I'm a very busy man, you see. I don't have time to just dilly-dally and chat all day.
It's nighttime, so you have plenty of time now.
I'm getting older in my years, and bedtime comes
go
early.
look a day above 20.
Oh, you're too kind, Vossen. You old scallywag.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we did that job that you told us the king needed help with, or the reason why the king summoned us up there.
Oh,
So,
yeah, the missing supplies. Yeah, you
Yes,
found all the
yeah.
missing supplies that were headed to the mine, huh?
Well, yeah, it wasn't exactly the mine
Found.
fault.
So, do tell me, who was responsible for this? Pirates, I would presume, right?
You would be correct.
Well, I hope you put a good whooping to them.
Not so much.
Oh, why? Was there trouble? Something you couldn't handle?
Oh no, we handled it. We followed the trail. We've got a lead on where a lot of the pirates are.
Oh? This sounds very, very interesting. Sounds very dangerous. How does this pertain to me in safeguarding my town here?
We just wish to give you an update on. You told us to go see the king, so figure we'd stop by. We're only in town for a day or so.
Oh, well, it was nice to see you.
So everything's been going well here.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Sariv has left. He has brokered a deal with King Scotty. He has left to personally meet with the king. Apparently, we have aligned forces with the lizard folk of Saltmarsh. They, in return for allegiance, we will be giving them arms and food. A wonderful thing has happened there, thanks to you. Other than that, it's been quiet. Business has been good. The markets are thriving. Piracy is down. I can say it's been quite boring for the guards here, but
All sounds good. When did Sariv leave?
probably about 2-3 days ago he left. They took the King's Road up the coast.
How long does it take by foot?
I don't know. I've never done it by foot. I usually have Phil or Randall take me by wagon. But he left. I'm assuming he would have stopped home first, but
Did he leave in a company or was he alone?
no, he went with an emissary from the council. Just a young man. Curious that they would send him, but I figured that the council will allow him to spread his wings, so to say, and practice his diplomacy skills.
Remember his name?
Gerald. His name was Gerald.
Oh, all right. Well,
All right.
all right. So, I mean, that's all. We just wanted to stop by, see how everything was going here while we were gone, and give you an update on where we were at.
I appreciate it. It's good, very good to see you. And anything else I could do for you in town, just feel free to ask.
Appreciate it. I think we're gonna be heading out pretty soon, so see you when I see you.
Yes. Safe travels, travelers.
Yeah, we probably are leaving in the morning.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, by the way, how's the sea ghost working out for you?
It's a fine ship. Gotten us out of a few hairy situations.
Yes, that was a very elusive ship. We spent months trying to track her down.
Got us away from a giant squid, octopus, I forget, some tentacle monster.
Survived attack by pirates.
Well, I'm glad she's on our side now.
Don't forget about Dagon,
He was the giant squid.
but he's a demon.
And Eleander looks puzzled. Squids? Demons? Your lifestyle seems much too dangerous for me.
Always agrees.
Yeah, you might not be wrong.
Oh, do stay safe out there, my friends.
And you as well.
Mm.
Turn to leave.
Hopefully things stay nice and quiet for you.
Eleander,
Yes, Fasten.
I heard our guild donated some money for rebuilding some old houses into warehouses or some shit.
Yes, Hedgewick has decided to assist the community and lend money into fixing all the old shacks down by the docks.
Lend or donate?
Donate.
You know what shacks got fixed up?
Not personally, no, but if you travel down there, you'll see several workers down there, usually during the day, and they've been doing a marvelous job, I hear.
If you don't mind, I'm planning on heading down there because my brewing's gonna need more space.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll have your pick of whichever one you prefer. After all, the money is coming from your guild.
I'm gonna take interest in looking down there. Is there anything weird been going on in the city?
No, it's been very, very quiet lately.
Too quiet?
Well, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I suppose too quiet is a good way to describe it.
Well, in our dealings in the Seaton area, we ran into another vampire.
Interesting. Like
We
the one
found
that
out-
you told me about down in the
Indeed,
down by the docks.
yeah, and in the manor, to matter of fact.
Yeah, we never did find that vampire. I sent troops to investigate, but
Well, that being said, just keep your eye out for shadiness because someone is imploring these people to raise some demon guy.
this sounds very, very interesting. Like this sounds like something out of an interesting novel to read. You should write this down, Vasen.
Trust me, it's not a novel.
Like I said, your lifestyle is far too dangerous. Be careful out there, boys. You have a whole life to live ahead of you, and I'd hate to see something bad happen to you. Such fine gentlemen.
Have you been drinking?
No, but it is nearing my bedtime. I have to take my meds. And get off to bed, you know.
Right. Guess we'll show ourselves out then.
Yeah. if you need anything, you could always ask Tom. He will be here most of the night.
He's a friendly man.
Yes, he's excellent. Not as good as Mina was. She was much harder of a worker. Tom seems to be a little bit of a complainer. But, yeah, good help is hard to find.
Hector, did we run into someone that knows Mina?
Yeah, we did. I'll go in on that in a bit. It was Liam.
Liam Nielsen?
That's my campaign.
I do know this Liam Nielsen, but is he also a dangerous man?
No, wait, hold on.
Wasn't he the quartermaster for the king?
Donovan?
Donovan.
Oh, no.
Donovan O'Malley.
Donovan O'Malley. I recall a Donovan O'Malley. He used to live here in Seaton. Or Saltmarsh.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we found out some disturbing information about him.
Oh, do tell.
He does the hiring of the guards for the shipments that were getting stolen.
Okay.
And just so happens, one of the guards turned into a vampire.
So he's working with a vampire, presumably?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, the vampire maybe, don't really know, his sister, who is Mina.
Oh, well,
Full circle.
that is very interesting. Oh, well, I see why you brought this up to me. Perhaps Mina can be found. Maybe she's still alive. Did you tell the king? Form a search party?
No, he was a little bit like, hangy. Ask
dick?
questions. Never.
Whoa, we don't talk about the king like that.
No, I wasn't. I was talking to the guy over there. It was a dick, and I pointed in a direction.
Oh. So Mina may be alive, is what you're telling me. Maybe if you find her, I could fire Tom probably. Bring her back to work.
Does he look hopeful when he says that?
He does.
Yeah, we didn't tell the king because he just wanted to hang Donovan for working with the vampire. So we gotta find Mina and get him out of this mess he's got himself into.
Well, this is all stuff that is much above my pay grade. My duty is just of protecting this town. All this talk of vampires and secret plots and double agents. This just seems very, very dangerous indeed.
All I'm saying is you need to keep a more diligent eye out, because shit is shady from this town spreading out.
Well, nothing shady is happening on my watch. I will tell you that, Fawcett.
I'm not accusing. I'm just saying
You might
that
want to keep a closer eye.
keep a closer eye. And how new is this lad that you sent out there with the lizard guy?
Sharif.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever.
oh, young Gerald. He's young, probably 18, 19 years old. But he's been in town his whole life. He's a local boy.
All right.
He's trustworthy.
Human?
Oh yes, he's human, just like most of the people in Saltmarsh. Hopefully nothing happens to him, knowing that he's heading to the city, where now knowing there's vampires and demon monsters and
Well, we spoke with the Loremaster, and long ago, supposedly was said that there's four travelers.
like travelers is part of your your guild?
Way before us.
Oh. Well, that's probably before my time as well.
Yes, but they were possible vampires.
From a long time ago.
Yes, in Saltmarsh.
Well, now, that too is interesting, but I have only heard of the one vampire that you guys have found.
Well, I wanted to bring this to light to you, so now you know to be more keeping your eyes out.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, I will double the patrols, especially around the downtown area, down by the docks.
We're going to head down there.
Well, be extra cautious, boss. And thank you for this information.
Yes. And if you need us, you know where the guild is.
Oh, you're not meeting at the usual spot, the Snapping Lion Tavern?
We just got back from there.
Oh, I could tell.
How can you tell?
Oh, you old scallywag.
Good old Varen.
Well, gentlemen, I bid you farewell, and I must retire for the night.
Have a good evening.
You as well.
All right, let's go. As I start walking out, I drink some more of my gourd.
All right, so at this point, you guys start making your way back towards the house.
I want to
Uri,
check out the things, the places where we saw that vampire last.
okay, yeah, yeah. So you guys go down to the docks. Uri, do you meet up with them? Because you probably at one point you're gonna leave the Pink Pearl, I'm assuming.
As soon as I had to pay, I bounced. Yeah, if I could stumble in to meet up with Boston and Vitoris.
He'd probably catch us on the bridge.
It's possible. I mean, Yuri was there for an hour sleeping. You guys weren't probably talking to Vasen more than, or Eleander for more than like 20, 30 minutes. So, I mean,
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
on his way back, Yuri meets up with you guys down by the docks because you have to pass through the docks to make your way back up to the house.
All right.
But you guys are already there. Vitoris, Snodlers, and Vasen, you guys are already at the houses, the shacks, and the shacks look pretty nice. They don't like before; they were like really destroyed, and like the one that you guys had looked at before was like full of like little blue crabs. And you guys kind of like search around and look around this area. The places are all kind of like rebuilt, and there's no decay. The buildings look really nice.
Are they shacks or is it like a warehouse?
I guess they're more of well, there's both. There's some like smaller buildings that I guess you'd say are shacks, but they're like rebuilt and they could be used as like little storage sheds and things like that. And then there's like a larger one that's more of a warehouse that Boston has his eye on that could possibly be useful. And conveniently, it's right next to the Woodworkers Guild where the Coopers are.
So I want to go and see if the door's open on the house that we went into with the sarcophagus or the tomb or
yeah. So it's this blue one right down here. You walk in there and the door's unlocked. These places are all open. And you go in, and the floor is all completely redone. It's like nice wood flooring.
Wonder what they did with the sarcophagus and the bones.
I wonder what they did with the hole. Like that lid was heavy.
Yeah, maybe.
Did they fill it in?
Does it look like the floor has been built up above that heavy ass door?
It just looks like you guys can all tell that it's like a wood floor was put over the door.
Oh, okay.
Like wood planks are laid on
it was
top
just
of the
covered
floor.
over
Just covered
the
over it.
Yeah.
I want to fucking break the floor and try to get under there.
Is it dark out?
Yeah, it's nighttime now, so. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna attack the
Uri.
floor? Yeah, so a little while goes by, and I'd say, like, as you guys are kind of, like, investigating all these things, Yuri stumbles his way up on you guys.
Hey, Yuri.
Listen, you should have been at the Pearl. It was epic.
I bet. You want to break some shit?
Oh, hell yeah. What do you want me to break? Where is he?
Remember when we first got here and there was that little tomb underneath this fucking floor? Either way, I'd like point on the floor. Do you think I would know where it would be by looking at the floor?
Yeah, I think you'd know, like, where the giant door was. It's like,
All right, point and be like, just smash the floor over where that is.
Take out my axe and chop down at whatever he's pointing at.
yeah, so you bring your axe down, and you just, like, smash right into this, like, brand new wood floor, and you start seeing the planks just give away easily under the weight of your heavy blade.
And it feels so good to smash something.
So you start, like, swinging a couple times, and you kind of kick some of the boards away, and you see the giant slab, the giant stone door.
I look at Yuri. Well, only one way to find out if it's still there.
You want me to open the door, or you want to open it?
Well, I think last time it took you and our
Barbarian.
Meglar to lift it, but he's got the shit still, so
Oh,
the
Meglar.
Dungeon Donuts is not treating him good.
Is that the story that Megalar's?
So you guys left Meglar and Seaton. He had, like, things to do. He was sweating and sick, and he said he had errands to take care of, and he said
He just walked off.
and he
into
said,
the
yeah,
crowd.
he said he'll meet up with you later.
Okay.
So I'll grab this side, you grab that side. On the count of 3, we start lifting. 1, 2, I start lifting.
All right, so yeah, both of you guys make an athletics check.
I'll pull my crossbows out, cast light on one of them.
I am cautiously pulling, getting ready to jump out of the way because I've been foiled by a few doors before.
So you guys both put your back into it, and you get the door just barely picked up enough to be, like, maybe 4 or 5 inches off the ground.
As I'm sitting there, like, straining, I'm like, we need one more help. This fucking thing's heavy.
I give it my best go.
Stop being such a pussy, Boston.
I'm, like, straining.
All right, Hector, go ahead and make an athletics
I'm gonna
check.
bust a nut.
Snouther's, like, goes to bed down, and, like, both of you guys just, like, go to, like, grab it, and you're just, like, your hands are slippery, and you're, like, you can't get a good feel for, like, the door. And
Put my crossbows away.
I'm still straining as hard as normal, though.
and, like
Nothing's happening. Though.
Snouther's is actually
Holy
standing on
shit.
top of the door. He doesn't realize he has to stand
Trying
next
to pick
it
it up, like while on top of it.
All right, and even Vitoris is trying to lift it, and the door starts, like, slamming back closed again.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Maybe you guys shouldn't have drank so much.
No, never. We get super strength from it.
Yeah, or
I must-
not.
I must be worn out from that chick at the Pearl.
Oh, I bet you really smashed it. What that good idea? Any of you guys got a spell that can lift this or help?
Yeah, hold on one sec. I think.
Spells.
I got a crowbar.
Well, what'd you do there?
I'll pull a crowbar out and start heaving.
All right, sure. Make an athletics check with advantage.
Hooray! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so you managed to get the crowbar underneath it, but you're not getting anywhere with lifting it.
Seeing him struggle, I'm gonna stand on top of it.
The crowbar?
The crowbar.
Oh, yeah. So go ahead, Snuthers. Make an athletics check.
To stand on it?
No, just
All
make
right.
an athletics check. I'm gonna see if it does anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like stand on it and like the crowbar doesn't even move.
Try jumping. Try jumping.
So yeah, you jump up and down on it, but nothing's happening. This is just a giant door now with a crowbar stuck underneath it.
All right. So when Snodless finally gets it, so there's like a little bit of room, everyone stick your fingers underneath so you can catch it.
That sounds terrible.
Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna use my wild shape to turn into an ape and see if that helps.
Do apes have really high strength?
It's higher than mine.
As soon as he turns into ape, I'm like, what the fuck? Fucking Bigfoot.
I just point down at the fucking slab and I get ready to lift this fucking thing again. Give this one more try.
So you. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Did you turn yourself into an ape? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
You're gonna do? Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make a strength check as a ape.
I just clicked on it, brought me like an entirely different page. Oh, this one. Nope, not great.
No.
I'm also gonna let out a big old grunt and give it one more pull.
Okay, go ahead. Make another athletics check.
On the count of 3, 1, 2.
Okay, yeah. So like Yuri, like you start like putting your back into it, but like you're feeling really weak now. But you get it up about like that 4 or 5 inches by yourself, and Vasen tries to help you, but it's just stuck right there. And eventually, after like huffing and puffing, you're just too winded, and you drop the door again.
Motherfucker.
This wasn't this hard last time.
Well, you guys,
We
you
had
guys had
fucking
Meglar
Meglar.
last time.
Turns out Meglar was good for something.
Opening this door.
Yeah. I just transformed back into myself. Like, I don't think this thing's gonna budge.
Fuck.
Maybe we should find out who sealed it and ask them to.
Now we're gonna have to let him know we destroyed it. I'm gonna leave a note.
I don't even know. I fucked up the floor.
Sorry about the floor.
If you want to destroy it, Snodlers could cast Fireball on it.
Yes, but can you open the door with fireball?
Let's just burn this whole fucking
Yes.
place
No,
down.
we need it. No, I don't think you're gonna get through the slab with fireball.
Let's just
You
burn the whole place
They
down.
burn the building down.
Well, how about some lightning or thunder?
Oh, such a dumbass. Hold on.
You have knock?
No, I don't have. That's a.
I think that doesn't have to unlock doors. It doesn't open them.
I think it opens them.
If it's jammed shut, I think it will unjam? ? But that's not what's going on here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's-
locked. It just can't. It's heavy.
This
We
is
can't lift
physically
it.
just really heavy. And if you guys struggled, like it's gonna get harder and harder to try to open this door.
Yeah, we're tiring out, man.
Disintegrate.
I gotta look at. Oh yeah.
You should have brought Bobby the Slub with you. Hey, you know, he could have come down there.
Well, I'm like sitting here panting in a flop sweat from being drunk and trying to lift this thing open.
All right.
A little bit. We'll take off if we can't get this.
Fuck it. I cast Conjure Animals, and I'm gonna bring out 4 fucking apes.
Jesus Christ. I hope
Now
there's
we have
something
the
good in
ball.
here.
One's gonna grab the crowbar. I think I have a crowbar as well. I don't think I use tools or not, but
I'll allow it. They have
Snodless
thumbs.
used to have a crowbar, but it was too heavy.
I think I actually, yeah, I don't think I have a. Nope, I don't have a crowbar anymore. Yeah, so they're just gonna all 4 of them just fucking lift at this.
All right,
thing.
go ahead. Just do four athletics checks. Okay. That's a pretty good average. So, like, your 4 apes just, like, gather around this thing and just, they manage to, like, pick it all the way open, and it just slams, like, open the opposite way. So it's, like, completely up and slammed up against the wall. It's just, whoosh, it opens up, and there's just, like, this big cloud of smoke and dust just kind of, like, erupts from this thing.
Hell yeah.
Can we see the bottom?
You can't, because it's really dark down there.
I cast light on a crossbow bolt and I shoot it down the hole.
Okay, so you see the crossbow bolt like land about 10 feet down into this pit, and it's like littered with bones down there.
Snodlers jumps in.
Okay, so now there's you jump in and you just feel that it's like really cold down there, and other than like just this cold feeling that you get, it's just hundreds of like human skeletal remains.
Is the sarcophagus still down there?
No, just remains.
Whoops.
So Snodless has some good news and bad news. Good news, it appears they're done eating. Bad news is it appears that everyone left.
God damn it! Well then, I'm gonna.
Just for the.
I'm gonna get my hempen rope out and like lower it down for Snodlers.
Yes, you guys never would have got that door open without me.
Yeah, you're the one that opened it, not me.
Thank God you're here.
It's the 4 apes, hem them in.
Yeah, they just like poof out because I cast detect magic.
Yeah, and then when you do that, like you don't detect anything, Hector.
Okay. Just
All right. Well, after we drag Snodlers out of there, I'll leave a note to. Well, I'll just have Hedwig take care of it. I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Just one more thing for his list.
We destroyed a house. I just want to pay for that to get fixed, just out of the funds.
There might be a floor we kind of tore up.
No big deal.
I wish mending had like a leveled casting of it, so you can like fix bigger shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so useful, and then it's just like, but it's so tiny.
After none of that worked, gonna head out back to the house.
Just fucking leave.
Bounce. All right, so you guys go back to the house. Anybody else? Are you guys gonna do anything else besides just resting?
I
Just
feel
let
like
everyone know morning time. We're gonna have a quick meeting, and then we're gonna hopefully run into Kolos and head back out.
I feel we've done enough property damage tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the ship and sleep on the ship, and I'm gonna get some potions brewing up for the next day.
Okay.
Excellent, and that's good to get to the ship. Let all the crew know that we'll be leaving in the morning, and to make sure we resupply, I'll let Hedwig know to send more barrels of alcohol and supplies to the ship when before the morning, so we could get ready to leave.
Okay. All right, so you guys all do that. Kolos, yeah. So you're spending the night with these 3 women. So you have a couple rounds of fun, and a couple hours goes by, and you're woken up to the sounds of this woman that you paid for. This goblin woman. She's like in the corner crying, and it wakes you up out of a sound sleep.
Boom boom.
So I get up, and I walk over and crouch down, and I say, "Well, what's wrong? What's going on?"
And then she's just like in hysterics, and she's like, I just want to go home. I don't want to live this life anymore. This is too much.
Okay, so go home.
Take me with you. Where are you from?
I'm from the sea.
Uh,
I kind of like look at the fins on my arms.
Can I go there?
Can you breathe underwater?
I don't know. I've never tried.
It's gonna be a no.
I can't live this life of slavery anymore. This is horrible. Just take me, free me.
When she says the word slavery, Kolos like perks up and gets like not offended but worked up about it. And he goes, "What do you mean slavery?"
I'm a slave. I'm property of the Sea Princess.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. Not really.
This place is owned by the princess.
Hmm.
I've worked here for years. I can't leave.
Are all of you slaves?
No, just me.
Just you.
I mean,
What?
the madam takes care of us, but I need to find my family. I want to go home. I don't know where my home is. I just remember when I was a child being taken from there. I remember a jungle, and I just remember the faces of my parents looking so destroyed that I was being put onto a ship. That's the last I remember of my home. But
Do you remember if your home is on an island?
it seemed like it was on an island. Did you know of it? Do you know of my parents?
I don't know your parents, but I might know where you come from.
Oh, well, take me with you. I will do anything.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, I think it's a great idea. Anything you want, I don't have much to offer, but if a company is what you want, I'll give you company every day. Anything you want.
I don't need anything else. Just let me go talk to the guys I'm traveling with and see what they want to do about this. Personally, if it was up to me right now, I would take you, and we would leave right now.
So you're
But
saying
it's not up to me.
you're
because
just gonna leave? I'm never gonna see you again. There's no hope. And she just goes back to like crying, and she tucks her head between her legs and seems like even more hysterical.
I will be back. Don't worry about that.
Make a persuasion check.
Yep.
And she looks up, and you see like a slight smile come across her face, and she just kind of like stops crying for a second, and she's like, "Well, you seem like you have a good heart. I hope you do."
Well, I do. I will be back for you. Whether it's now or in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks. I can't do this for a couple of weeks. I've been here for far too long.
How long have you been here?
I haven't seen. There's been nobody that would look as kind as you and any chance of freedom. It's just these pirates. They use us, and there's. I might as well just jump into the sea. And
How long have you been here?
maybe I can breathe underwater. Maybe that is the ticket. And she starts like standing up and looking like for the exit.
Oh boy. I'm not good with these conversations. I need you to relax, but I will free you.
Well,
I'm actually going to probably go kill the princess.
oh, well, I guess that would be good for everybody, right? Can you do that? I mean, there's probably a lot of them.
Well, there's not just one of me.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hope you're right. I need hope. I need something in my life. I need to find who I am. I need to know my parents. I want to go home. There's got to be more than life than this slavery and this horrible treatment.
I get up, I go to my backpack, and I pull out my holy symbol. It's a stone with the mark of Procan on it.
Oh.
Then I walk over and I give it to her, and I tell her I'll be back for this.
And she pulls out this necklace that she's wearing, and you've seen it before and during the night. And she takes it off, and it's just it's a simple necklace, and it's made out of it's also made out of wood, but it's a small like skull with like horns. And she's like, "This is all I have of my past, of my people, I suppose. I've always worn this. Here, take this, so you won't forget me."
I reach out, I take the necklace, and I say I won't.
And she seems consoled, and she like just kind of like sits up off the floor, gets off the floor, and just sits in the bed. And she says, "Well, I think this was meant to happen. If this is the work of the gods, then maybe we were meant to meet. This is fate."
You said she was a goblin, right?
Yes.
Whoops. I thought she was an orc. So I thought I was talking to. Whoops. Never mind. Anyway, we'll just roll with that. So she's good now?
Yeah, so she like sits on the bed and she seems calm. Are you leaving in the morning? And you're gonna come back? Hopefully soon?
I will be back as soon as I can.
And with that, she kind of smiles and like kind of curls up in the fetal position, and just closes her eyes and attempts to drift off to sleep. And in her hand, though, you see her clutching the stone that you gave her.
I go back to the bed and I lay down. I go back to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all get your sleep, and you can long rest. And it's the next morning. What's everybody doing? I'm sure Uri and Vasen are definitely not feeling good.
No, I'm meditating. My morning meditation.
Oh yeah. You and Full are out in the courtyard again. Before you meditate, Full says, "Vasen, this opportunity you've given me is amazing. I feel like this would be a great home. I can spread the teachings of Oman to other members of the guild."
Yes, indeed. To stay as long as you wish. I have a told you I met with a. Where's his name? I just read it just a little bit ago. Anyway, an elven guy is going to build the monastery.
Oh.
So stay here as long as you need.
Oh, well, maybe in some time I can find some transport and check the progress of the monastery. That sounds great, Posse.
Yes. I would like to come with you when we can check together.
Oh,
We
very,
could
very well.
find out why they attacked. I still don't know why they would destroy our monastery.
I don't know, but perhaps you'll find the answers in the sea, my brother.
Perhaps, but I would still like to go see our old home.
Agreed. After a few days, maybe when you return, you can get me and we could head up there.
That sounds like a good plan. I will be meditating on the ship, and if you can you communicate with me through meditation?
We might be able to. Well, we shall try, but I've only ever communicated with Zendaka. And
Okay.
but anything can happen. Keep practicing your meditation and practice what I've taught you, and clear your mind. Zendaka has much to teach you, brother.
I will. After he says that, I just get in the cross-leg position and sit there and meditate.
Okay. He does the same. So what's everybody else doing? Bobby the Schlub, he's like up already, and like you guys like. I guess you guys eventually are gonna come downstairs, and you're just gonna find Bobby the Schlub just like picking out. He's just like eating his helpings of like bacon and sausage, and he's like, "This is great." And then he sees you guys. He's like, "I'll see you guys on the ship." And he's like shoving like sausages in his pockets.
Guess there's not much meat to be had at sea.
And Oceanus also wakes up in the morning. He says, "It's been great. I'm gonna head off to my city if you guys don't mind, but come visit me anytime at Seacrest. Visit me and my father.
Definitely.
I'll let him know about this creature and the Taegon. The sea devils are working with this fiend." And thank you all, my friends, and especially thank you, Uri. You've been a good friend.
I'll just walk up to Oceanus, hold my arms out for a hug.
And Oceanus embraces you and gives you a big hug.
Oceanus, we will meet again.
I hope so, my friend. You smell terrible, by the way. And then
Thank-
he just laughs a little bit and like kind of like pats you on the back, and he's like, "See you soon, my friend." Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want to check on the garden real quick, see how everything's coming along. I assume it's only been a few weeks, so it's probably not.
Yeah, there's not much going on. You see like some sprouts and stuff. The garden's looking like it's coming along, and somebody's been taking care of it, so you feel pretty good about it.
Nice. I think that's all we're gonna take care of in town. So
Yeah.
Go.
I walk in the kitchen by then, or where everyone's sitting.
Yeah, you probably saw Bobby the Schlub eating everything, and this is where he says, I'll see you guys back on the ship.
Awesome. Well, I let Hedwig know that we need the ship restocked because we're going to be sailing out to visit Kolos's home.
Well, very good, sir. And he goes and finds some people, working for him, and he tells them the orders,
Hedwig, last night on the way home, we may or may not have ruined one of the new warehouse floors.
What? The warehouse floor that we just put in?
Yeah, I had a couple drinks. Yuri had a couple drinks.
Oh,
And we wanted to see if we could break through the floor. It was like a silly contest.
Completely understandable, Master Vassen. Oh, to be young again.
Who won?
So, just whatever funds we have left over
No problem.
help with the repairs of that, and apologize for our silly antics.
Oh, of course.
Oh. Speaking of, I heard you had some money for me.
Oh yes, everybody shares. Please accept your shares before you leave, and anybody that's there. And at that point too, Kolos comes in the front door in the morning, and Hedwig is like holding out the large strong box, and he's like handing out shares. She goes, "Oh, Kolos, perfect timing. Here's the money that." Oh no, actually, he's not part of the guild, so he wouldn't have given you money. Sorry, Kolos.
No, I'm all right.
But so he
How
hands
much was it?
750 gold to Snowders and Uri and Hector and Vitoris.
Kolos, would you like to join the guild, or you're going back home after, or you're staying home?
Well, it depends on how everything goes with the Taegon. Is there a way I could leave the guild?
It's not like if once you're in, you have to be killed to get out. It's a guild. You could come and go.
I don't know how you guys run things.
That sounds more like a gang than a guild.
I mean, there's no rule of saying that you can't say, okay, I've had my fun traveling. I'm going to take a different path.
Right. I mean, you got to think though. The paladins, which I was just sworn into, they're basically I don't know. I don't want to use the word cult, but lack of a better word, cult. That's for life. You can't ever leave the paladins.
Oh well, informing you how it works up here on land. If you would like to join us, I mean, we are here to make some profit and help people. You're more than welcome to join if it doesn't conflict with your beliefs. If it feels any better, I can just take your share.
Whoa, Boston.
I was waiting for the Uri to show. Not so hungover anymore, are we?
If anyone's taking his share, at the very least, we should split it. And
let's Kolos decide.
Let's not tell the other guys about this for sure.
As they're all standing near us.
As we're all sitting at the table eating breakfast, watching you two have this
So
conversation.
Kolos, are you willing to join?
Yes.
All right, so
I will join.
Maybe there will be a coin purse for you when we come back for our next round of adventures.
Sounds good.
And Hedwig speaks up. Excellent. Another member to the guild. Kolos, welcome. And he opens his vest and pulls out some more parchment and a quill, and he starts writing it down. Is it Kolos with a K or a C?
With a K.
Excellent.
Hedwig.
No, it's tradition that we brand you with the symbol of the dragon head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yep. Drop your trowels.
Wink, wink. Everyone gets it branded on their ass cheek. You get to pick sides.
Snoddlers actually walks up next to him and also pulls pants. He's like, I do not believe you. I don't think Snoddler's got one of these.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
As soon as I see Snothers pull his pants on, I start laughing. Nah, it's a joke.
Fawcett has seen so many naked gnomes in the past day.
The third one.
All right, so quick survey of what the plan is for this evening or day or travel. Gonna go visit Kolos's homeland. How far away is this, Kolos?
2 seconds.
It's 2 seconds away?
It's about,
That is
it's
very
about 75 miles.
No, it's 75 miles. Yeah, I had to pull that up.
So a day trip then.
Yeah, most of the day.
So do we have any, are we allowed in your racist city?
Oh my God.
I don't see why not. I mean,
You did say they don't like other races.
no, I said we don't have other races.
Oh, I must have misinterpreted.
Honestly, Snoddler thinks those are the same thing. We
How
too
many
don't
oth-
have land or sunwalkers in our city. It's because we do not like them.
So, do we have a way of, would we be able to join you down there? Or like, how does this work? I've never been in the water.
Well, whoever can breathe water can come down with me.
Hector, I have a question.
Yeah.
Snoddlers wants to understand. Well, I assume you kind of like describe water breathing because you just linked it.
Yeah.
So, Hector, Snoddlers wants to know what happens if you forget within 24 hours, and then you can't breathe. Can you still cast it?
No
'Cause
idea.
you can't talk in water.
Right, it's
right?
verbal, somatic, and material.
That was going to be my question. I mean, it's great we can all breathe, but that just means only one of us can talk.
Well, that's
And-
was going to be
mean-
my next question. Do we know of any other way to do it so we could talk?
So everyone hears Snoddler in their head. It's like Snoddlers knows how.
Oh, what the hell was that? Is this them tripping on LSD again?
I think all of us have been.
Snoddlers, how'd you do that?
Snoddlers can telepathy.
You
Yes,
didn't have to-
but can I sit there and like think in my head that I'm telepathying?
Nope.
Huh.
I just picture.
In fact, I can't even hear your response. I can just tell you things.
Well, I guess that's halfway to what we need. We need to be
Snoddlers
able to
agrees.
communicate.
Snoddlers can communicate.
It's a third of us that can talk.
Kolos, do you know of any way that we could speak underwater?
Not that I know of, no.
Hector, Snoddlers wants to know if you have an underwater speaking spell.
No.
How long will it take for... Are you going to... Kolos, are you going to go and have them come to our ship? Or are you going... Like, how are we going to speak with them?
No. We're going to go down to the council chamber.
Are we able to speak in the council chamber?
Well, it's filled with water, so no.
Then what are we going to do?
So I don't mean to interrupt you, but
You're
that
good.
that you can. Okay, so Kolos does explain to you guys. I don't know if you saw your.
No, I saw it, but I've never been to that top portion before. I've only been far up to the council chamber.
Okay, well, Kolos would probably know, like, the upper part of the chamber, like, is for people to come in and, like, other races to come in for, like, trading purposes or, like, delegations for negotiations and things like that. There is a a chamber at the top of the central spire where you can breathe air. There's air. There's like an air bubble in there.
Ah,
That
that
smell.
works
It
very
probably
well.
smells bad. It's really old air though.
What if someone farts in there?
It's there forever.
And I look at Yuri. I know we've drank a lot lately. That would not be good.
Yeah, we probably should leave the dwarf behind.
But he just got his swimming legs on.
Yes, but we're also very proud people.
Ah, I'd like to see that.
I've been able to tolerate him, but
Well, we figured out. Well, we could actually join you, and I would like to see your city and you could show me around. You have to have some sweet bars down there.
Also, how do you drink underwater?
How do you know you guys aren't going to go down there and just get attacked?
Snodlos thinks that you drink with a straw.
Nice. So, okay. Kolos, I mean, you could inform Hector the way to go on the ship, if you don't mind.
alright, we have to head direct west out of Saltmarsh.
All right, Hedwig.
Yes. Anything else, Mr. Voss?
Make sure there's a couple extra casks of liquor.
I just suppose you would like me to go and tell your associate Pinkerton about this? As if I'm not busy enough, but sure.
Hedwig,
Yes, Master
the cask
Voss.
of liquor for the boat.
Yes. Right away, sir. I will go have Pinkerton and his cousin bring some casks up.
We don't have anyone to do that. He's
Uh,
busy.
Well, I suppose some of these guys that are cleaning could head down there to help out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Right away,
Can't
sir.
disturb the brewing.
So he marches off and goes and looks for people to help lift kegs.
Can somebody wrap up the leftover breakfast for Bobby the Schlub?
Bobby the Schlub already walked out with a pocket full of sausages.
All right, so if that's our plan, let's head to the ship and get the F out of Dodge, huh?
Yeah, works for me.
All right, so you guys tidy up, finish eating your breakfast or whatever, and everybody else is moving about. It's like the mansion is always a busy place, especially in the morning. While the servants are out working, they're trying to rush you along, eat breakfast and get the F out of the way. So at that point, while you're doing that, you're finishing up and putting your packs together and getting ready to head out, you see a couple of people following Furbius, who is clothed right now, and they're out pushing some casks down the path out of the house. So you guys make your way down the street and head towards the ship, and you see Furbius is trying to move one of these casks, and it just gets away from it. It just rolls down the hill, and he's ah! And you see come barreling down and hit one of the posts of a dock, and it just explodes, and there's just alcohol all over the ground.
I'd fall to my knees crying.
and Furbius just kind of looks over and he kind of shamelessly bows his head, and he's like, sorry, sir.
You're fired.
No, I really need this job though.
It was just my emotions. You're not. I'm sorry.
Oh, my ticker. I can't take much of that.
I can't take the poor alcohol.
Is he an old gnome?
Yeah. I mean, he looks old, so he's got this large belly, this huge nose. He's got gray hair, and he looks definitely way older than Pinkerton. And Pinkerton's an older fellow too, but this guy is definitely older.
So I had a bunch of old dangling balls fucking around everything. God damn it. All right, as soon as we're loaded up, Captain Hector, we're gonna be ready to go. I'm gonna hop on and say what's up to Argyle and hand him a bottle of liquor that I brought with him, just so he has his own bottle.
Oh yeah, at some point I need to stock up on booze as well. I think I've bought like 6 bottles of wine. I'm down to like 2.
Mm.
Yeah, so you guys get the whole thing all. The ship's all like loaded up. You get all the supplies that you can possibly need for like a probably 2-week voyage. And,
Excellent, Argyle. Great work. I'll start helping getting the ship ready to go, and I just start working on sails and tidying shit off and getting ready to push out on the deck.
yeah, and Argyle's kind of like standing in the middle of the upper deck there, and he's like directing people like man the sails and pull the anchor, and he's directing stuff. And Vitoris, you see the brand new, never once been fired ballista on the front of the deck, and
I'm gonna go play with it. How many shots do we have?
you have 12.
What? 12.
Yeah, you have quite a few. But using
Yuri-
sparingly.
Yuri's just gonna start barking orders to the crew, whether they're even listening or not.
Yeah, none of them are listening to you. Like Yuri's like up there, and like these guys are just like up and about, and yeah, they're definitely ignoring you. They're only listening to Argyle. And then when Hector enters the ship, Argyle calls out like, "Oh, Captain on deck!" And all the crew members like they stop and they salute you, Hector, and they get back to work.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you guys are ready to go, you guys set sail and leave the harbor of Saltmarsh. And you make your way west, and it's only like a couple hours, and it's a super bright day. You make really good time. Everybody's excited to be out and off again on a new adventure. And you make your way to a point where Kolos comes up to you, Hector, and he says, "This is about where we're above the city right now."
Gotcha. Well, just in case, let's gather everybody around. Been a few hours, and I'll recast water breathing on people that are going down to the city. And who all wants to go?
Nautilus wants to go.
Oh, sorry. You know what? Yeah. On your way.
How many can go?
Okay. No. Sorry. Never mind. Go ahead. Who's going down to the?
I would think we would all go.
I would suggest Yuri staying behind.
Look at this fine man, dwarven man.
Do you really think Yuri could cause
I
international
don't. I
incident?
think he would be fine. He means well.
I don't think so.
Man, what did you do to piss him off, Yuri? I thought you went to the Pink Pearl with him. I thought that was bonding. Guess not.
Whatever, let's go. I'm fucking going. I don't care.
All right. So, you guys are all jumping in the water. What's going on?
We're all going to see the wizard.
All right. Okay, so you guys all just kind of jump overboard, and you guys kind of like see like Yuri with his newfound like swimming skills, and he's like doggy paddling around. The rest of you kind of like tread water. You start following Kolos, and you all begin swimming downward, and right away you see the soft glow from the city below. It becomes brighter and brighter as this massive stone spire starts coming into view. As you descend deeper from the depths below, you see these two large sea turtles. They emerge from the darkness. Both of them have a single armored soldier harnessed to the saddle on the massive shell of the turtles. The soldiers start closing in until they spot Kolos leading the way, and they see Kolos. They nod their heads and they divert their course away. And about 100 feet deep, you see the entrance to this massive spire. The spire itself is made of this like well-crafted stone blocks, and it's definitely man-made or Triton-made. There's a large fenced-in terrace with an oval-shaped door at the end of it. The door gives off like a faint glow that you guys kind of all notice. And as you see this glow and you kind of like descend towards it, you feel yourself kind of like a magnet pulling your feet down as you touch down onto the terrace. And as you do that, like you're standing upright. It was almost like gravity is holding you to this thing. As you kind of stand there on the edge of this like giant balcony, you can at this point look over and see the lights of the city below.
Fancy.
So yeah, as you stand there kind of like at the top of the spire and looking over the edge, and you see the lights of the city below, and it's kind of like all in a giant ring, walled city, kind of like all focused around this central spire. You guys kind of all like one by one follow Kolos as you enter through the doorway. And as you enter through the door, you start feeling the water start running off your bodies, and air begins to fill your lungs. You look around at each other, kind of in disbelief at like this whole effect, as you all are standing there completely dry. And you're standing in this entrance to a corridor. There's two guards stand blocking the opposite side of the corridor, and they call out in common, "Welcome to Trilora. Please, state your business."
Kolos Lannersath and the Travelers Guild here to see the king.
Kolos. And so the rest of you guys notice that these guys are wearing the same armor as Kolos. And he says, "Oh, well, I don't think he's expecting you, but..."
Oh, he's definitely not expecting us. And he kind of like side glances at Uri and trips over the word "us."
And both of them, like, they follow your cues and they look over at the dwarf, and they're like, And they both look back at each other, and they both look at the dwarf, and they're like, "Well, keep an eye on him, Kolos." And
they do a little like nudge to Uri, and then do like a little.
They both step aside and they hold their spears to themselves as they let you down through the corridor. So as you make your way down the corridor to the central chamber, you see the walls are kind of all like have these like little alcoves in them, and they're adorned with all sorts of items from the world above. Most of the artifacts to you guys look like human like junk that the Tritons have collected from the seabed. There's like large wooden statues of bare-breasted women, like from the fronts like of the ships, and wooden ship wheels, nets, swords, and like compasses, and it's kind of all like fashionably lined the corridor. So it's not like it just looks like junk, but they kind of make it look like a little art gallery. And they line the corridor all the way to the end of the corridor, where two more guards stand, and as they stand in front of these large silver or shiny steel-looking doors. As you approach, they open the doors for you, and you step into this inner chamber. As the doors open, you look around this room, and it's this big circular room. It's about 50 feet in diameter, and the room is kind of lit with this green glow. You guys kind of notice that it's coming from the ceiling, and you look up at the ceiling, and it's like this green glowing star pattern. It looks almost like it's painted on the ceiling. As you all kind of like step into the room, you see this massive starfish mosaic on the floor, and at each of the points of the 5 points of the starfish sit these blue-green faced individuals all in these ornate stone chairs. The largest chair is directly ahead of you at the top of the star, and there's this handsome, young, very fit Triton. He sits there in this chair. He's got slick black hair. The sides of it are shaved. He's very clean cut, and you can see his webbed ears, and they kind of sit like flush, pretty close to the side of his head. He sits there in this massive stone chair, and he's got this elegant-looking silk shirt and a fine gold chain around his neck, and on his head sits a small gold crown made of golden shark teeth. And you kind of look around the room as well, and you notice that there's 6 guards in armor, all similar to that of Kolos, and they're watching vigilantly over this council. And the king sits before you, and he extends his arms out, and he says, "Welcome to the Council of Trilora. I am King Dorvos. Please, introduce yourselves."
Snoblet Lenchik.
Taurus Magaris.
I also bow at the end of that. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say we all should probably be bowing. Because Kolos, upon entering, goes down on a knee, bows his head.
I do the same. Whatever Kolos does, I follow suit.
Okay, what about
Oh, I'm boss and boss. And I just stand there.
Uri? What are you doing?
Uri bows down and introduces himself. Very sketchily.
Okay. Vitoris, I'm sorry. You also bowed, I think you said?
Who?
Vitoris.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bow after I introduce myself.
Okay, perfect. So at this point, the king stands up and he goes, it's nice to see the regality of folk that are not from this world. I appreciate your candor. Please, Flo, rise, all of you. Step forward, Sir Knight. Speaking to you, Kolos.
Kolos stands up, steps forward.
So you guys step forward and you start seeing some of these people that are all like watching you. So like two of the people, like these council members, are sitting behind you guys, and as you watch, like you kind of walk past them, and all of their gaze just starts focusing on Kolos as he enters the center of the chamber, and the king stands up and says, "Sir Knight, what brings you and these surface dwellers to the upper chamber?"
Taegon.
The children's story of Taegon. We've all heard these stories.
Snodlers doesn't think it's a story.
Mr. Snodlers. Where we are from, Taegon is this creature of a demon lord of the sea who attempted to escape from his abyssal plane centuries ago. But he was thwarted by the gods of the realm.
Of hell.
And shortly after that is when our people left the elemental plane to help safeguard the material plane from creatures like this. And for hundreds of years, we have guarded the seas and protected the surface dwellers from threats that they never even knew about.
No, it's true. Snodlers didn't even know about this guy. But rumor has it he's here and impacting us.
This is very, very curious indeed. We have not heard of any of this, have we? And he kind of like looks over at some of the other members, and like this one female Triton that you notice, she's very young, like very, very beautiful. She has She has like green hair. She's like young, in her 20s. She has a thin necklace, like adorned with seashells that like is worn across her forehead. It's kind of like the style, and it's kind of like a headband sort of thing. And she has her ears are pierced with these like really like ornate gold hoops, and there's like 5 or 6 of them in each ear. So she kind of like looks at the king and she's like, "Sire, we have not heard of Taegon rising. It's been centuries since anybody has heard of this thing, but maybe somehow he's linked to the Sahaugen attack." And the king looks at all of you and goes, "This is puzzling. What do you all know of the Sahaugen? Have they affected your communities as well?"
Several of them, and they've been attacking the lizard folk as well as our settlements.
Oh, this is very curious.
Hector,
Also,
do you still have the skull?
the skull. Oh yeah, I have the skull.
Show him.
So I pull the skull, the vampire skull out that has the symbol of Dagon like carved into it.
Is it obvious that it's a vampire skull?
I mean, it has the. Does it have the teeth?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it has the teeth, but like earlier, like they showed people, and like so vampires are still kind of like folklore, even in this world. Like it's not something that people really know what it is.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, so you hold out the skull, and the king's like, he looks puzzled, and he's like, you bring that before me. What is this you hold?
Sure. So I just bring it up. Is he like holding his hand like he wants it?
Yeah, he's holding his hand out, and
Bite his hand with it. Nom, nom, nom.
So I just bring it right up to him and say, this is the skull of a vampire that we slew. And I, like point out the symbol. It's fairly obvious to say it's clearly has the symbol of Dagon and on it. This thing attacked our part. Well, all of us and a couple of the people we were working with at the time. Just grabbed a hold of him and sucked him dry.
Oh, a vampire? What is a vampire?
It's a kind of a humanoid that just lives off of sucking people's blood.
This sounds like a horrible fiend.
This is the third one.
Yeah, plus the spawns, if you want to count them.
How many are there of these things?
3,000, probably.
Oh, a formidable enemy. But
yeah, we're trying to figure out how many there actually are. Reports vary.
And these are surface creatures? Why would they have the mark of Dagon at this?
That's why we're hoping you would let us know.
Also, Snodless thinks that these do they have to be surface? Do they breathe air even?
It's a good question. We don't actually know.
And when we were sailing back, we just so happened to run into a 60-foot tall, possibly Dagon.
What?
That attacked us. And a village it destroyed.
Yeah, the whole town of Silver Bluff was just, everybody there was wiped out.
By this giant blue beam of light happened, and then as we sailed to see what it was, I don't know how to explain it, but from the symbols and the stories, it looked how I would imagine Dagon would look.
So as soon as you say that, you look at the other opposite side of the room. This very like bulky, large Triton man. He stands up. He's got like dark gray hair, and he wears armor similar to Kolos's, but it's a little bit more elegant and a little bit heavier looking. He stands up. You see a large trident leaning up against his chair. He grabs a hold of the trident and he stands up. He goes, "What? This is ridiculous! The demon lord himself He has been summoned to the material plane. We must put an end to this.
This was the second blue light I've seen.
The king then looks over at you, bows, and he's like, blue light. Magic is something that we are not too familiar with here. Our last enchanter, he was killed in the Sahaugen raid that just happened recently on our city. If you look upon the city, you will see many of it is in ruins. It's these creatures of evil is for some reason formed a fairly large raiding party and decided they would just ransack our city. But
You can see Snodler is unreasonably confused that magic is like weird and like not super common.
This is Hathin Sadensaf. She is our apprentice enchantress. And he speaks to the woman, to the young girl, and he's like, Hathin, have you heard of this blue light? And she stands up and she's like, Sire, I do not know of this. I'm still new. I'm an enchantress. I know some magic, but this sort of magic is something that I do not know of. Maybe it's something that the sea elves would be more inclined to know about.
The who?
The sea elves, mister. The sea elves are more inclined to use magic. The sea elves of Seacrest, it's a community not too far from here.
How far is too far?
It's probably 50 miles or so south of here.
Oh yeah, weren't we supposed to take that dude with us?
The dude that wanted to go back to Sea Elf Land?
He went back.
So at that point, the big guy, the big Triton, he starts stepping into the center of the mosaic, and he walks up to Kolos, and he says, I am Joros Elamath. Do you remember me?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I was there. I was there for your trial, and I was also there when you were knighted. I knew Lieutenant Zamorith, and I know why you killed him. But
I just look over at Kolos. What?
We can talk about it later.
You murdered someone?
No.
Kolos, you seem like an honorable man.
Sketchy son of a bitch.
Is this true, what they say of this Taegon attacking the land?
Yes. But I don't think he's fully summoned yet. Because he went to attack our ship and then disappeared moments before he hit our ship.
Yes. This is strange. Did he have his trident?
No.
Oh, very, very peculiar. Who could have the power to raise this demon lord?
Well, if I had to guess, the Sahaugen.
Ah, the Sahaugen. They are just savage creatures. I do not think that they have the power to summon a lord from another plane of existence.
No, but their army might. Whoever's controlling their army. It's not just the Haugen. It's many sea creatures.
King, I mean, Snodlers would think that this power could be taught or learned from a book, no? I mean, who's not to say that they have not been trying for decades, hundreds of years, centuries?
What are books? We do not have books down here. Is this
You
something
may
from
not.
the surface?
But the Sahaugen may. They are tablets to pass information without speaking it.
Ah, I see. Yes, this is very puzzling indeed, this Haugen. But you say they have an army. We have seen the raiding group, but if they are amassing an army, we must counterattack. We must, send our troops. But I fear that we may not have enough. with the city in disrepair and our forces spread thin, I do not know what we should do. Kolos, have you found any information on the Sahaugen's whereabouts? Where do they have a fortress? Who is their leader?
I do know they have a fortress. And I do know that they are amassing the army at this fortress. But I have no clue who the leader is and who's behind all of this.
Well, this is very disturbing. I feel like we may be at a disadvantage here. They hit us. They hit our city when now they have weakened us.
Do you know if they took anything in the raid?
I do know they did appear to be searching for something, but I do not know if they are looking for the trident. They are mistaken. It is in pieces, spread throughout the sea.
Is there a piece here?
Snodliz wants to know if there's a piece that you control.
No, we do not have a piece here. Centuries ago, our people wished not to be involved with matters of that, so we do not know where the pieces have gone.
Rookie move.
Yeah. Can I insight check him?
Go ahead.
Nope, that's investigation. This one.
Ooh, so I guess you can get that he does seem to be holding something back.
Gotcha.
So he did say that these are not very capable little magic. It's just that one chick, right? Who's super new.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. I see the inside check now.
So the king kind of like sits down in his chair and he's like, I feel that we need to assemble an army of some sort, but I do not feel we are strong enough currently to take upon this task. If they're amassing an army, we are battered and bruised. How will we possibly fight creatures as these vampires and the entire Sahaugen army? Suggestions, counsel? So at that point, one of the other Tritons speaks up, and he stands up and he says, allow me to introduce myself. I am Radis Ovensath. I am the foreign affairs advisor of Trilora. Perhaps we could send some troops out to test this fortress's weaknesses, or we could seek out to the sea elves, and possibly they can lend us some troops to help us in this endeavor. I have some pretty fair dealings with them. And the king's like, I don't recall the sea elves having much of an army. I do not think they'd be much of a help.
I don't know if we have anyone that would be able to fight underwater, especially not efficiently.
Snodliz can. I assume that verbal. Are you really claiming that if we can't breathe, we can't speak? Because that'll neuter the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Nope, Snodlos can't do shit.
How does like melee and crossbows work underwater as well?
So the only thing that will work underwater is like crossbows will work fine. Things like spears, javelins will work. You're gonna have disadvantage if you're trying to swing a weapon like a sword, unless you have a swim speed.
So Uri will be fine because he's got mariners.
Technically, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Kolos will be fine because it's your racial ability. So the king's like, well, I suppose that you group of adventurers, you are trained soldiers, knights, perhaps.
Scallywag.
You could say that.
Well, I hear that you are afraid that you may be not of use underwater. Perhaps we could help you with that. I could offer you some items that we've collected that could help you in your battles.
Anything that you could offer to help would be very grateful.
However, that's gonna come at a cost.
You cannot have my soul.
No, I don't understand. But
It was a land joke.
so, I could give you. I have a couple of these items. They are called the cap of water breathing. I could give these to you to allow you to speak and breathe underwater.
Cap of water breathing?
Mm-hmm.
How does this cap look? Is it like a bald cap? And I rub my head.
It will help you surface dwellers make a bubble over your head so you will breathe, much like the enchantment that is in this room.
Alright, that sounds cool. What else you got?
Well, I don't know, but I will tell you there's a shipwreck not too far from here. Any of the contents that you find in this shipwreck can be yours. However, there's some ancient creatures that need to be dealt with. As seeing as how our patrols are much too busy right now, if you could deal with them, I will of course give you these items and any other items that could possibly help.
Sure.
Won't we need? Wait.
Is there any chance I could get 2 of those helmets before we go?
Yeah, because otherwise, you and Snodlos.
Well, yes, of course. That is part of the accord. We are honorable people. I will give you these to help you on this quest. These things in the deep, they've been attacking us, our patrols, the past several days. I think they're intelligent enough to understand that we are weakened, and now is a perfect time for them to attack and ravage our citizens.
Well, that'll be the perfect time for us to counterattack. If they think you're vulnerable, they'll be getting bold.
So I can give you this, and he calls over to one of the guards and he says, retrieve the chest. And the guy says, right away, sire. And he goes off for a few minutes and comes back, and he has this large chest, and he opens it up, and it has inside of it 3 caps of water breathing, which you guys should be able to see in D&D Beyond. I don't know if I can post them.
Yeah, I just added one.
Yeah, we have these at your disposal, and also we have these gloves, and they're gloves of swimming and climbing, and also you can find them in D&D Beyond.
Nice.
I don't know if those will help you or not, but it'll help you swim.
One pair of gloves?
Just one pair of gloves, though. And at your disposal, you are also you may have any of our weapons. We have tridents and spears. These are the type of weapons we use here in Trilora.
Ooh, do I have? Yeah, I'll take a spear. So tridents are actually different than spears, right? There's like their own weapon proficiency.
I don't know.
Proficiency is a strong word for that. I think they're the same class.
Yeah, I would say they're the same as like a spear.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I know like spears,
I think it's a melee martial.
It's just a spear with extra pointy bits. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, if it has a different name, then I assume like scimitars and short swords are basically the same. But
A
they're not.
spear is a simple melee weapon. A
trident's a martial.
lance is a martial melee. A trident's a martial melee.
Yeah.
So as long as you have martial melee proficiency, then
Yeah,
you're okay.
because it does. A trident does 1d6 piercing.
Club, dagger, darts, javelin, mace, quarterstaff, scimitar, sickle, sling, and spear.
Or it'll do 1d8, like two-handed.
So I will take a spear.
Take one of your bubble helmets.
Bubble helmets.
Oh wait, no, that's all three of them then. Never mind.
What's this bubble helmet called?
It's a cap of water breathing. So that'll help you guys like speak and communicate underwater, at least some of you.
Right. Melee attacks are still going to be a problem for Vasen.
Why? I punch it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'll have disadvantage, but it's not like you can't melee attack.
Whatever. See what
Punch
fucking
range.
happens.
Actually, do you... So are spears going to be disadvantaged as well?
No, spears, anything that you can like thrust in the water. So spears, tridents, javelins.
Can I thrust my polearm or my quarterstaff?
I was thinking that, but it doesn't have a point on it, so
Yes,
I
it's
don't think it would
bludgeoning,
really do
not
the same.
piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Definitely didn't grab this spear for Vasen, or for Taurus. No, for Vasen. Don't worry about it.
But Taurus should be good with his crossbow. He just
Oh, yeah.
if he doesn't
I
have a
did-
cap of water breathing, he doesn't want to be able to speak to you guys.
Won't be able to speak or cast shield essential or light.
Oh, yeah, you have spells too, so maybe we ought to...
I have light and shield.
Don't worry, Snodlers can cast spells, but doesn't need to see in the dark, so I don't have light. Can you not see in the dark?
Nope. The dark is dark.
I'm sure there'll be lights in the ocean.
I'll just have at the bottom. I'll just have Hector. He can just cast light on one of my crossbow bolts.
Yeah,
So the king
Or on
like
my
interrupts as
crossbow.
you guys are all just talking to each other about your plan here, and he's like, "So some details on this matter would probably be important. So this shipwreck is 500 feet deep into the trench, right next to the city. It's dark, it's cold for people who are not used to that depth of water. But if you can perform this and take care of this problem for us, perhaps there's other things that I may be able to help you with.
Yeah, this sounds fantastic. Do you know the name of the ship?
I do not know. We have not ventured close enough to it.
Do you know what kind of creatures are ambushing your trolls?
We do know we have seen one of them. It is what we call an aboleth.
Sorry, that was the out of character me laughing.
Would I know what the hell that is?
Make a history check.
History check. That's not going to go great. Yeah.
Okay, so both Hector and Snouters, you guys both know of them. Snouters, you have heard of them in like deep pools in the Underdark, and they're able to lure people into the water where they dispatch them. And Hector, you've also heard stories of them in the sea, and but you've also heard that they come from the elemental plane.
Gotcha.
So you guys know a little bit of them. You know they're very dangerous sea creatures, but
So this is me knowing something out of character. Can I roll religion?
no, because
No, okay.
Snouters would have no idea.
Fine.
Ken Kolos. He's a religious type.
For what reason?
I think that's all the questions I have. I think we're set. Unless anyone else has anything.
Excellent. Then this will go well. You come back here and see me when the job is done, and we will speak more. My guards will show you the way to the trench.
Perfect.
So yeah, they lead you outside, and they bring you to, like, you kind of swim down past the city. You see the lights, but you don't see a whole lot of people like buzzing around the city. But you do see, as you get closer to the edge of the city, this massive darkness as you kind of stop and kind of float down to this large shelf, and you guys all stand there on this edge of this cliff, and you look down into this deep darkness, and the guards say, "This is the way," and they point down, and that's where we'll leave it tonight.